Hey, Brittany. Hey, Rebecca. Just waiting for more people to come in. Brittany, Brittany, Brittany. Hey, Miss Hill. Happy Friday to everyone. Hope everyone is having a good Friday afternoon. I am so glad it is Friday. And thanking God to see another blessed Friday. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm just waiting for some more people to come in. Hey, Robin. Hey, girl. How you doing, girlie? How are you? Y'all, I fell asleep last night looking for stories. I told y'all I'd be tired, y'all, sometimes. I really do. I'd be so tired. But, I be trying to find stories for the next day and stuff. And sometimes shit make me tired. But I don't mind. I've been trying to wait for some more people to come in before. Hey, Crystal. How are you, darling? Happy Friday. I think I got like three stories for today, but this is the main one that I really want y'all to see first. And then the other two, I just go and look them up. But this is the main one I want y'all to see today. Yeah. So maybe I'll just get started. People come, because I hate to get started there. People coming back. What the story about? What happened? What happened? So I'll be trying to give people a little chance to come in. Happy Friday, Miss Cherry. How are you doing, gorgeous? I'm hanging in there. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm blessed to see another day. Thank God to see another beautiful day. That's all I can hope for. Because, baby, there's so much going on. Oh, my Lord. Have mercy. Mm, 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 mm. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this down a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay, okay. Yep, I'm doing okay. So, y'all, this story here is about a woman was married to this guy for 20 years. And she was a very outgoing woman, had her head on her shoulder. And he had his head on his shoulder too. I'm not gonna lie, he did too. But I don't know what turned this around. And he unalived her. I only seen a little bit of this, y'all, because I fell asleep last night. I told y'all I be tired sometimes looking for stories because I be going to different sites looking for stories, and sometimes I fall asleep, y'all. Sometimes I be tired. I really do. Maybe after I took that shower last night, it was over. And sometimes I try to look for stories right after I eat before I take a shower because when I take a shower, it's over. Like I will just crash, right? And I don't like getting up in the morning looking for stories because I like to listen to the story. You know what I'm saying? See what the story is really about. So if y'all ask me questions, I can answer y'all questions. So there is a lot. It's like homework. You're doing homework after you're live, right? So that's what I be doing sometimes. But I did not look at all the story, y'all, because I did fall asleep. I did get tired. So I'm going to start it, and y'all can put a one in the chat and let me know if y'all can hear me. And my goal today for coffees, y'all, is 5 coffees. So if you'd like to support, you can click on the link. I dropped the link. I don't have no minds in here right now, but I can do it. And y'all can support me with 5 coffees if you like. So let's see here. And put a one in the chat too. Um, yeah, I be tired sometimes, Brittany. I really do. I do, I do, I do. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Listen, okay. Hey, put a one in the chat if you can hear. Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on.
What it do? What it do? So we are on our way to Women's Empowerment 2022 in Raleigh.
Make sure this is the
They both
beginning.
posted videos of each other on their respective social media accounts, proclaiming love for one another, which made a lot of people jealous of their marriage. But at the end of the day, one of them
Thank you,
put a gun
Rebecca.
to the other's head and pulled the
Thank you,
trigger.
Crystal.
He's
Thank you, Robin.
never had a code on his phone. And if he does, it's a number. So, I can't get past the fingerprint match. What the what?
Well, you got your coach ain't gonna be able to match your fingerprint.
He's beautiful, right, y'all?
I don't even know why your fingerprints on it right now.
He's a nice looking guy too.
Ooh, that's how we doing now. That's how we doing.
What could have led to this happening? Well, let's find out. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories.
Gabapentin is bringing you closer to amputation. These are 3 symptoms that are signaling that you could be close to losing your foot. I'm going to show you.
Hey y'all, so it is your girl's 54th birthday. I am so thankful and so grateful to be amongst the living. I am excited. I'm happy about life itself. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. I am trying my best to tell everybody thank you. If I don't get around to it, then just don't charge it to my heart, charge it to your girl brain, because I don't mean to exclude anybody. I love you all. Thank you to everybody.
This story takes us to Garner, North Carolina. Garner is a beautiful town in Wake County, North Carolina, that is found just south of downtown Raleigh. Recognized as a suburb of Raleigh, many families are moving to Garner for its affordability, low cost of living, small-town charm, diversity, and prime real estate. The violent crime rate in Garner is 13.1, which is lower than the U.S. average of 22.7.
Oh, wait a minute. It's my birthday, so I can do multiple posts today, right? So let me go back and say this. I thank God. I know I thank him, but let me properly thank God. Life has been full of challenges. However, God has been good through it all. He's still good. He's still taking us through. He is still amazing, no matter what. And I've been through a lot. I would tell you, 2020 started my
Brittany
ups and downs. I'm not going to say that. It go further than that. But 2020, I was tested in a way I've never been tested before. Because when you lose a child, it's nothing like it. I'm telling you.
Teresa Adams Pugh was a 54-year-old lady who was originally from Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina.
Hey y'all, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. We're at Mother's house and the guy's house. Hibachi catered for us today. Let me show y'all. Let me turn the camera around.
Let's go.
Isn't that sweet?
She studied at Wake Technical Community College. She was a lady who tried to inspire ladies in her community.
Hey y'all, so I just pulled up at the electrolysis. So if you see some hair, your girl about to go take care of it. But I wanted to come on and do a PSA. This is going to be quick. And this is for 50. I'm going to say from 50 all the way to 100. Your age does not guarantee you respect, loyalty,
True.
All these things. I feel like a lot of times when people get older, you automatically expect to be able to talk trash to people. They don't say nothing back to you. You expect to be able to disrespect people. They don't say anything back to you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you this. I got to go in here right quick. But I just want to say, when you get a certain age as the matriarch or, whatever of your family, I'm talking to your men too, not just the women, you cannot stay in a bunch of mess all the time. You cannot disrespect people. You cannot.
Hey, how are you?
She frequently goes online to talk about things that can positively impact those who follow her on social media.
What I see in the Black community is that a lot of times we just get comfortable and just give up and just say, forget it. When I go to the gym, there is predominantly Caucasian older people, and I'm talking 70s, 80s with canes, walkers, blah, blah, blah. I never see Black people like that. So I want to encourage my brothers and sisters, take care of yourself. I don't care. Do what you can. I always say do what you can, because there have been times, throughout my life that depression set in sometimes, and sometimes I couldn't, like do what I wanted to do. I did what I could. Pain set in sometimes, I couldn't do what I wanted to do. That I did what I could. So it is so important that you do what you can. I will always be a cheerleader for doing what you can and push yourself. Everybody wants to know, did I use Ozempic? The other, I'm excited about 2 pounds I had were not the right trends. You have to be serious. It really was not losing that much weight that fast, or just really not losing that much weight, but I was gaining something about it. So that's why being real with yourself and getting real with yourself is so important. Ever want to lose weight or be better for somebody else, do it for you, because you deserve to be your best. And
absolutely,
and if you keep tracking, you will see where you would just, it kind of has been all over the place. But this is talking about how I lost weight.
Teresa loved fashion. She loved to dress well and post certain things on social media too.
Oh, she was a dresser. Now that she was. She was a beautiful woman. She loved to dress.
I don't think they take Discover here. Of course they take Discover. It's accepted in 99% of places. So I need a degree for a job I've been doing for 10 years.
Yep.
Somewhere along the line, Teresa met this 53-year-old man by the name of Christopher Pugh.
July 29th, we're going to be at the Women's Empowerment at the RBC Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's the first time we've had it in maybe 2 years because of COVID, so they're expecting a great turnout. Come out, and we'll have a booth out there.
Christopher was the CEO at Pugh Builders GC Academy.
This is Chris Pugh, founder of the Pugh Builders GC Academy. And we're inviting you out to our September 23rd General Contractor Assembly.
The husband had something too. He had a little something too.
This is Chris Pugh coming to you this afternoon. I'm the founder of Lost Souls.
That's why I understand it.
Initiative to reach out to the 23 million individuals who have, made mistakes in their life, collected felonies. In America,
you have jail people when they came home, all of that.
To be lost out, can't find our footing, not able to become better men than we feel we are. So
that is so true.
I've
we always
been
say
fortunate and blessed to find my way back from the souls of being lost. I'm a successful builder in Raleigh, North Carolina. I build homes,
he had it going on too.
From $200,000 all the way up to $7-8 million. It's a trade that I took on some mentors years ago, and fortunate enough they was able to work with me and show me another way. They didn't know I had felonies, but at the same time, they knew I was eager to learn. And so they allowed me to learn.
He was primarily into building home.
Exactly, Denise. Exactly. Hey, Miss Evelyn, how you doing? This man had money just like he had. He was a felon. He'd been in prison. He came home and got his shit together.
Both of them fell in love and got married.
So we are on our way to some event that Christopher is speaking at. No, good morning.
Most of the time, but always me.
Whatever. No. I got so I'll be on time. It's like, what the what? What is he doing? I know one thing, honey. And woo woo woo. Yeah. Hot pants for a hot woman. Okay, I like that.
Do you expect anything different?
Not really. They got a food drive going on. This is the fish. We have the fish, mac and cheese, and the coleslaw. So, he is struggling so hard with this jackfruit.
The husband could have got jealous of her. He could have.
They loved each other so much that people around them were envious of them. They were known for posting about couple life, business life, and many more things regarding to their life.
Well, today we took a trip.
I mean, go goddamn memory lane, like what you just said makes
Oh, did
sense.
I do? Oh, the
I'm
day
trying
I
to blame
started
them.
with our GC class.
I'm about happiness.
Class Saturday. Today.
I just didn't understand because they both was happy. They both had something good, great going on in their life. So I just didn't understand it.
He's a great guy. He's a wonderful guy.
I'm just slow.
I must admit, yeah, he's just slow, but he's a wonderful guy. He is slow, but he's a wonderful guy. But we do want to talk about, some issues and happy things, and some different topics every once in a while. Hey y'all.
Exactly.
So we are on our way to Women's Empowerment 2022 in Raleigh.
Yep. Going there,
He was nice looking. She was beautiful. They both had it.
Yeah.
I mean, they both had it
It's
going
been a
on.
while. We had some stuff going on. We've been busy.
Yeah, we've been in motion. So today we off to Women's Empowerment to,
I was about to say, we got the same classes on.
to spread acknowledgement,
Yep.
about our moves and our emotions. Trying to attract more women to this academy, to this, into the field of general contracting, because it's a wide open door, ladies.
It is, girlfriend, and we got to get in there and get it. It's money to be made,
Yeah,
and we need to make it.
Yeah, definitely. America is in a major rebuild.
Yep.
Ability to be blessings, to continue to be blessed, and to be blessings.
That's it.
And keep us out of harm's way. Give us strength.
Yep. What else? That's it.
So she's trying, y'all. I mean, I pray for me.
He just told me that I would lose a dog.
Exactly, Robin. I agree. Absolutely.
Say goodbye to digestive troubles and hello to Enfamil NeuroPro Gentlease. Make the switch today.
Get this commercial out, y'all. Absolutely, Robin. I definitely agree.
People respected them a lot and saw them as a couple to look up to. Unfortunately, what they portrayed to the public was far different from what was happening behind closed doors. Chris was a man with many faces. He showed his nice face when they are in public, then showed his real self when indoors. On March 22nd, during a serious argument between the couple, Teresa feared for her life and called 911, but according to the police department, the caller hung up. But when they called back, Chris picked up the phone and told them they needed nothing. But the dispatcher stated that during the call back they heard a female in the background saying, "Why do you want to kill me? I need help." Johnston County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to the home. The first officer to arrive at the scene stated he heard what appeared to be a gunshot inside the residence. When 911 operators called the home again, Chris answered. He agreed to come outside and speak with law enforcement, but never did so. Multiple attempts were made to re-establish communication with Chris inside the residence without success. The Johnston County Sheriff's Office tactical team and incident negotiators were deployed to the address for a possible hostage situation or barricaded person. Negotiators repeatedly attempted to establish communications with the individual inside the home without success. Officers obtained a search warrant and made entry into the residence. Upon gaining entry, a male and female were found deceased from apparent gunshot wounds. The decedents were identified as 53-year-old Christopher Pugh and 54-year-old Teresa Adams Pugh.
Today, police identified the married couple killed in a murder in Johnston County. This is Christopher Pugh and Teresa Adams Pugh. They were found dead inside their home Saturday night with 911 calls causing a SWAT response. WRAL's Carly Haynes is live outside of that Garner home after speaking with family and neighbors there. Shocking all around. Very sad story, Carly.
And they still can't wrap their head around it, Dan. They say the woman in this case was a mother, she was a grandmother, and she lost her son in 2020. We asked family members more about this couple's relationship, and they say they saw no red flags. A Johnston County home, known for hosting holidays and get-togethers, sits empty.
Engaging with her family, especially her children and grandchildren, is what I will remember her for the most.
Josette Battle Goings is missing her cousin, Teresa Adams Pugh, found dead with her husband, Chris Pugh, in their home Saturday. A murder-suicide investigation.
No signs, but you never really know from the outside looking in what's going on. And who knows, he might have, just had an out-of-body experience at that time where he could not pump the brakes on his anger if they were arguing.
It started with a 911 call from inside this home. It disconnected. 911 called back and asked if there's an emergency. A man answered and said no. A woman's voice heard in the background saying, "Why do you want to kill me? I need help." Deputies arrived and a SWAT response began, one that neighbors say lasted hours.
Every 5-10 minutes, they would blow the blowhorn and announce, their names.
The husband
specifically
shot
by
the wife,
name,
Rebecca,
and
and he
asking
shot
them to come
himself.
out if they could with their hands up, when there was no activity. It's like, this isn't good.
An evening of commotion ending in quiet, with neighbors and family wondering what went on behind closed doors. And deputies couldn't actually enter the home until they got a warrant, and that has family members questioning the timeline of just how long it took them before they were able to get inside.
Her family could not believe what had happened.
Ones of the victims are still struggling to understand how something like this could have happened. They say the couple was married for over 20 years, and there was never any signs of domestic abuse. They even told me they didn't know a gun was in the home.
Total surprise. He adored her. Whatever Renee wanted, Chris would give it to her.
Marion Shaw is still coming to grips with the fact that she'll never see her oldest daughter, Teresa Adams Pugh, again. The family called her Ree.
Fun-loving, the life of our family party.
Marion says her daughter had 4 children and 15 grandchildren. They say Teresa was proud that her granddaughter, Denia, was heading to North Carolina A&T this fall.
She just wanted us to be the best we could be, like you could tell.
The Johnston County Sheriff's Office says around 6:45 Saturday afternoon, their dispatch center received a call from 10 Cheney Drive in Garner. Investigators say the caller said nothing before hanging up, which prompted 911 communications to call the number back. That's when the Sheriff's Office says a man answered the phone saying he did not call 911. The dispatch overheard a woman in the background saying, "Why do you want to kill me? I need help." When deputies arrived, they heard a gunshot inside the home. 911 communications called the number back, and the man told them he would come outside to speak with officers. But when he didn't, negotiators tried to convince him to come outside. They ultimately had to obtain a search warrant to enter the home. And that's when they found 53-year-old Chris Pugh and his wife, 54-year-old Teresa Adams Pugh, a couple who loved ones say had been married for more than 20 years. The Johnston County Sheriff's Office is investigating this tragedy as a murder. And loved ones say they saw no signs of domestic abuse.
You would never, like, my papa he never yelled at us or no, like, there's no way you would suspect it. He never yelled at us, whooped us, none of that.
He wasn't violent at all.
You can't even say you seen him mad, because I could count on my hand how many times I mad one hand. In front of us, like, none of that.
Neighbors who didn't want to be identified say during the standoff, officers were asking residents to either evacuate or not come home.
I pulled up my Ring doorbell, and an officer was approaching, just telling me, please do not come home. He wouldn't tell me what was going on, but just said, just don't come home, and I will let you know when it is safe to come home.
And like loved ones of the victims, this homeowner was also in shock after learning what happened to her neighbors.
They kept to themselves, but very friendly, supportive. With my son would have a lemonade stand, and they would come support.
And now this family is left with questions as they are forced to grieve the loss of 2 lives forever.
Chris was a good man. I'm not going to say, but he just did the wrong thing.
And the family of Teresa Adams Pugh plans to lay her to rest this Saturday. They're making funeral arrangements right now.
Chris had killed his beloved wife Teresa Pugh and also permanently hurt himself too. What actually caused this crime is not yet known, but the fact remains that this man, who seemed like someone who could not finish a small-sized McDonald's fries, could kill someone. In summary, do not believe everything you see on social media. It's sad losing this beautiful young lady to domestic violence. Our sincere condolences to the friends and families of Teresa Adams Pugh. May her gentle soul continue to rest in peace. May Teresa's memory be a blessing for her family and for all who knew her, and may her life and death be an inspiration and a turning point towards justice and increased protection for domestic abuse survivors. Please stay safe out there, and we shall see you guys in the next video.
I didn't understand it, y'all. I just did not understand it. Like, I mean, they looked so happy together, like literally. I mean, did he snap over something? Like, what could have happened? I didn't understand it. I really didn't. I didn't understand it. I mean, he went to prison. He served time. He came home. It looked like, he did get his stuff together. He built houses. He sold them. He would help prisoners that got out of jail. They had the woman empowerment thing going on. She was a YouTuber. I mean, a TikToker. She made money from that. She had her own little thing. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I can't answer that. Yes, he unalived himself. Yes, he unalived himself. He killed her, then he turned the gun on himself. I don't know, y'all. That was kind of like shocking right there. I don't know. So let's get into the other story. Like, Denise is right. Money don't buy love. Period.
In front of it before the rumors and the lies.
Yeah, money just don't buy love. And people can come on social media and make everything look like it's good, and it may really not be good, Sad situation. Hold on, y'all. Let me just try to bring up the other one. Wow. That's all I can say, y'all. It's wow. Everything look good ain't good all the time. It's just really not. I mean, people can be married for 40 years. They can go out, do nice things together. You see them out laughing, shopping, having dinner, going to little events together, and you never know what's going on in that home because you're not there. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can put on the front and pretend to be happy. I know, because I did that. I did the same thing. I would smile and laugh and, have people think everything was good, but I know I was going through purity hell, okay? Because that's how I can get you sometimes, and it could have been some red flags there over the 20 years. It could have been, because I'm quite sure it was. I'm quite sure that leading up to this shooting, it was something. He just didn't unalive her just like that. It was arguments there. But what it was, she loved him. She seen the red flags and she just let him go because it was red flags there. I just can't sit here and say it was no red flags. Maybe her mom probably didn't see it. And the kids said their father, so these must have been those kids' father. You know? Maybe the two girls. I don't know about the son. I don't know how it was the son or whatever. But these girls just stayed there. He was a good dad. He never argued. They never seen no bad side of him. You know, maybe he was just putting on the front for the kids too. You just never know. That message was on point. Don't believe everything you see on social media. A lot of things ain't really what it seems to be. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll give you 1,000 on that, girl. Yes. It had to be some red flags. Absolutely, Robin. And you know how sometimes when you marry, you don't like putting your family in your relationship, because sometimes when you're married and you go to your mom about situations with your husband, some moms would get to look at your husband different. They might not like them anymore. They may want to stop speaking to them because the things that the daughter is telling the mother. So maybe, you know, she had a mom like that, and maybe she didn't want to tell the mom because she didn't want the mom to look at her husband different. She didn't want the kids to see their dad different. So maybe she kept a lot of things on the inside, because sometimes it happens like that. You know, when you start going discussing your relationship with friends and family, they'll start looking at your boyfriend and your husband different. So they feel like they don't want to be judged. They don't want you to turn against the boyfriend or the girlfriend or the wife or whoever. And they will keep things to themselves. And this could have very much well been the case. This could have been the case. I'm sorry that, you know, he took her life and then took his own life. That's a very sad situation. It seems to me, you know, they had things going on for themselves. It seems like to me that he did go to prison, and I will give him credit. He did come home and show some signs of rehabilitation, meaning he wanted things in life, you know. And then what happened from there, I don't know, because I didn't live in that household, you know. But what I will say, if she started seeing red flags and she know that he was incarcerated, because sometimes you can get incarcerated and still come home and have that incarceration mentality. You know what I'm saying? So maybe she should have got him some little help, meaning both of them going to counseling, sitting down talking about it. I don't know if she ever did that, how she ever thought about that, but that could have been one of the options that she could have done. You know, I'm just saying. So let's get into our next story here. Okay, let me know if y'all can hear the little one in the chat. Or if it's too loud, let me know.
He was a goal-getter. He was a rapper that goes by the name of FSO Gunk.
He fuck around and quit. I fuck with my plug. He pay for my trip. I'm having them bands. I'm spending that shit. Your bitch wanna fuck.
Tyree.
Now, y'all, this story here, I watched a little bit of it, right? This guy was a good guy, right? And he had some faults in him. And he did admit the things that he did do to the girlfriend. You know, he took very much accountability, right? Now, y'all tell me what y'all see in the story. What I get from it a little bit, I feel like she was a cheater. And I feel like when he wanted to make the relationship right and take accountability for what he did and want to be a father, I feel like she was cheating on him all along, and she didn't want to make it right anymore, because I felt like she was guilty. But y'all just tell me what y'all see in it. Y'all just tell me.
Tyree had multiple successful albums. He was also the owner of a food truck known as Dospot_301.
Yeah, y'all, he was only 20 years
also
old
a
with all this
successful
going
dog
on.
breeder businessman.
Young.
It's fat, baby. Hey, boy. Man, what it make you do? Hey.
Shit gonna be finger licking good.
Hop in that motherfucker. Tell him we got that new shit in there.
That brand new. Brand spanking new.
Give me a month or two, man. This motherfucker will be up and running. I want y'all to support. Man, black businesses need to support each other a little more in the community. We're gonna be all over PG.
I
Boy,
just wanna
motivating
inspire the
you,
youth
yeah.
and do something a little different for the community. But we'll be serving everything, breakfast, lunch,
Thank you
dinner,
for
everything,
coffee,
man. I
sis,
just want
and thank you for the
experience for
inspiring
me too.
message,
You know
and
what
I
I'm saying?
definitely
He was
will.
a very
Thank you
funny
so
guy
much,
who
sis.
came from a family of people who bonded and did a lot of things together.
What is it?
His family really loved him too. He was very loved by his family.
Happy birthday, dear Tyree. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Tyree, while in high school, met a young lady named Autumn Anderson.
I don't know, y'all. I just feel like something right. I feel like she, I don't know. I just got bad. I don't know. I could be
They
wrong,
got together
y'all.
and loved each other. They shared a lot of memories together, and she claimed to love him when things were going smooth for them. On Tyree's birthday in 2020, someone tried to ambush and kill him after he got home from partying, but fortunately for him, he was able to escape with his life. It was a very shady situation because nobody knew.
And y'all, he thinks that the baby mother here had something to do with it, with her friend.
Where Tyree was at the moment, but all of a sudden someone popped out of nowhere trying to shoot him. Only his girlfriend and one other friend knew his location. So how did someone show up trying to kill him? He was really suspicious of his girlfriend, but let it go.
So April 26th was Tyree's birthday. And for Tyree's birthday, I had got somebody to come in, do an at-home massage for him. I had cooked brunch. I had went out. I had got him gifts. We had went out to dinner with his family, and then we went to the club. Mind you, his friend lives with us. His friend Boog lives with us. Boog was not there that whole day. Like Tyree, I had went to Gucci, and I came back. Tyree taking a nap on the couch after his massage. And so, you know, for me, it was just like, well, this your best friend, this your right hand. Why he not here, you know, all day throughout your birthday? But we weren't looking at it like that at the time. I had cooked brunch. We had a few hours later, we chilled for a little bit, and then we went out to dinner with his family. After dinner, we ended up going to the club. We went to Rose Bar. Now, Tyree told me, you know, like, bring my friends out. He definitely did tell his friends to come, but none of Tyree's friends ended up coming to his birthday. Like, nobody came to the dinner. Nobody came to the club that night. Nobody came to the house that day at all. So I had invited my friend. Now, the friend that I invited to come out with us that night is who I met Trey through, which Tyree knew that. I've been friends with her years before she even introduced me to Trey in 2019. We were friends way before then. She came with us to the club. I had invited her. I had invited a couple, two more of my friends. The other two couldn't come. She came. Tyree's brother had came, and Tyree's brother's friends had came. So mind you, like, she drunk. She ends up throwing up outside the club. She literally, like, has the door open outside the black truck, like, with her head out, like she bent, like she twisted.
Come on, Monty. We about to go to the car.
Wait, you gotta throw up some more. Come on, hurry up. Get that shit.
Me and this girl, we had fell out a couple months before this. We didn't start hanging out with each other up until March, right before I went to Miami to get my surgery. I'm pretty sure everybody watching this video, you've been drunk. And if it's, you know, when you drunk, you expressive. Me and her were literally having like a heartfelt conversation the whole car ride. I'm literally like, my back turned towards her, like we drunk, we talking, all that. So when we finally pull up to our house, Tyree backs into the parking spot. When he backs into the parking spot, me and her, we're still having a conversation. Like, we still talking. Mind you, we're drunk. We still talking. And I'm not going to say, like, we was, like, talking the whole time. Like, where I'm, peeping what she doing. But, like, we drunk. Like, we would come back to the conversation. I would come back to the front and be like, yeah, because, da-da-da-da. But, like, for the most part, like, we were talking the whole car ride. So when he pulls into the parking spot, he put the car in park, he started rolling up a J. He never was going into the house. He never was like leaving us in the car or nothing like that. He was getting out to hit his J. He went to the back of the car, like on the trunk, leaned against the trunk, and was about to hit his J. Now, mind you, I'm still talking to her. Now, when I'm facing the back seat of the car, I can clearly see him out of the window. And when he sits back to hit his J, it was like almost immediately, like he just took off. Like I just seen a fast motion past the car, and I just seen another fast motion past the car. And so in my head, I'm like, what was that? And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm just trying to get my thoughts together. Like he getting chased down. Like this shit's really happening.
That's him, y'all, running, getting chased.
I jumped in the driver's
doorbell camera.
I put the car in drive and I started driving in the direction where Tyree ran. Now, mind you, it was not as quick as like
exactly. Brittany, I said that.
I seen another fast motion start running after him, and it was kind of like a click
the place
kind of situation. If you ever been in a situation where it's happening fast, stuff kind of slow down. So I'm like, I gotta get myself together. I literally jumped in the driver's seat, put the car in drive, and I started driving in the direction of where he ran.
Yeah,
when I'm
here
driving, I got the windows down. I rolled the windows down. I'm literally calling his name out from the car, like Tyree, like yelling his name out. And I'm like, come to the car. And so I don't hear no commotion. I don't hear like no rustling. I don't hear him. So I start circling the neighborhood. Our neighborhood had one entrance on one side, another entrance on another side. So I'm literally going out of one entrance into the other one, like circling, yelling his name out. So the last time that I circled, it's a police car parked in the library that was adjacent to our neighborhood. The library was one entrance. You go down a little bit, our neighborhood was the next entrance over. So I see a police car parked in the parking lot of the library. Mind you, we live in Crofton. It's a predominantly white area. It's not too much going on. For the most part, it's quiet, it's peaceful. Like some days we leaving our doors unlocked, like getting comfortable. Like it's one of those type of neighborhoods. I start hitting my horn and like getting my lights and like flagging the officer down. He put his lights on and start following me into the neighborhood. So when he follows me into the neighborhood, of course he calls for backup. I get out of the car like frantic, like panicking. Like I'm like, my boyfriend, I don't know what's going on. He just got chased. I just seen somebody chase him. He just got out of the car and somebody started chasing him. So he's asking all these questions like, which direction did they go in? How many people did you see chasing him? It was only one person that was chasing him. How many people did you see chasing him? All that. So as I'm going, answering his question, he's questioning me as we're walking to my house because I'm showing him where it all started from. And so at the time, of course, like I'm not aware that the car that the dude had jumped out of
the car, y'all,
was there. But once I got
the
back,
guy jumped out that was chasing him.
I live there every day. I'm familiar with who parks here, who don't park here, what cars are out here. This car, like we was parked right here, and this, like I'm looking at the car, like it got DC plates. They ended up running the plates of the car and it was stolen. They literally had dogs out there. They had like some type of like equipment where they could track if an Uber or a Lyft was called in a certain proximity. Like, so they doing all that. It's dogs, police officers coming out. So at the time, I did not know that Tyree had got the attention of one of our neighbors and she had let him in the house. Now, when Tyree, I guess, seen the commotion of like all the police officers arriving or heard it, I don't know. Still to this day, I don't know where the lady's house was. Home with us. I really didn't know who to think about because Tyree was not like into it with nobody. Like he didn't really have like too many problems or anything like that to that extent where somebody would hop out or even knew where we lived or like our movement and stuff like that to hop out and chase him down. So We get into the house, the police are there, they're taking statements. Mind you, like, we got stuff in our house. It's just an uncomfortable situation. We were already starting to pack to move out. Our lease is ending in 2 weeks coming up. So we started to pack and stuff like that. But at this point in time, we just getting clothes. He getting his stuff. And he called his parents. We go to his parents' house after this night. Mind you, he was carrying my friend. Like, he like, get her out of my house. Like, all this type of stuff.
Y'all, he didn't like her friend because he think the friend was the one
that reached out to me.
He think her friend was the one that got him set up, okay, the first time. So he couldn't stand her friend, you know. And sometimes, you know, when you feel something that someone have done to you or trying to do to you, 9 times out of 10, your gut feeling, you always right. I just want to say that.
From there, like, I had sent Tyree the messages, and he was pretty much like, he still didn't trust it or whatever like that. Granted, because she was the only one with us that night. The night of his birthday, it was a fake page named Trey and his views. But this is where things like kind of took a turn with this story. The following week was my birthday. My birthday is May 4th. Me and Tyree had took a trip to Puerto Rico. When we went to Puerto Rico, Tyree had received a DM. I had hit my friends up and I said, we know who set Tyree up. So when I'm sending them this, we start sending voice messages.
You should have kept that to yourself.
And in the voice messages, the friend who lived with us started to come up because we found out, we as in me and Tyree found out that the dude who DM'd him this, his best friend or his close friend, his right hand, I don't really know, was dropping bug off at the library. So when we found that out, and for the friend to not have been there the whole day of his birthday, very coincidental that, you know, now this dude reaching out to Tyree, speaking on the night of his birthday that his friend was not there for. Mind you, he's lived with us ever since we moved in. And so that's why I felt the need to, you know, come on here and really be very thorough about what happened to the full extent, whether it make me look good or bad. Like, Tyree definitely was looking at my friend. Yes, he was looking at her because she was the only person with us that night.
Yeah, he think her friend had to do with it.
For what reason would I want him set up like that? It's not really adding up. And if y'all thought that I was behind something that day, why would y'all have allowed me to move into y'all house afterwards?
Maybe they didn't know.
He made it known to his family that he was looking at my friend. Yes, he made it known to me that he was looking at my friend. And then going through his views, because we definitely went through the views, you know, like, we try and piece stuff together. We just came home. It's his birthday. We just came home from the club, and he get hopped out on, like, in front of our house. If they bringing up me, they trying to paint me in this limelight when they all sat through that trial. That trial was 8 days long.
Fast forward to 2 years later, Autumn got pregnant and they were expecting a baby together. Things were rocky between them at some point, but he kept trying to make it happen for them. He was really trying to make it work, but she was making it hard on him. They had baby Corey, but Autumn wasn't trying to be a family with him even though he was pleading for that to happen.
You should have worked yourself, my child, for all the shit I dragged you through for the last 4 years, you know. I honestly feel as if our next 6 months is going to be so great of our relationship that you will be able to just forget about everything that's happened in the past. I just really think you would see a greater change. I don't like when you tell me it's no more because I really got faith in this shit. I really do care. I really do think that this can work. Don't keep cutting me off. I really do think that this can work. I know we can work it out. I want to do this shit with you without my home, without you being in my home, without you being here. It sucks. It's empty. Yesterday, I was fucking in my room all day. I can't keep doing this shit. I can't keep living like this. I don't want to be with nobody else.
She really don't want to be with him, y'all. She really don't.
I'm sorry. You know, I honestly don't know what to say. I can just tell you I'm sorry.
Because she was a cheater already.
Really done a lot of shit that's weighed this relationship down. I've done a lot of shit that can make you hate me. I've done a lot of shit that can make you look the other way when I could be saying something right. But I just want you to open your mind up and just to see everything we losing. The house.
So
Me being with my child every day. A bunch of shit. Like, I don't want to lose my love with you. I don't want to have to restore all that shit. And then we come back to each other and we work it out. And then we have to do all that again. I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to start from baby steps again. I'm just asking you to try, babe. Any sign of me cheating, any sign of me doing anything wrong, you can leave. You can go right out the door.
That's what you don't understand is I don't want to work it out. In order to work it out, no way. Wait, let me finish.
I know you don't want to. I already understand you don't want to work it out. I know why, because it takes me this long to try to fucking put it together.
I'm not done
but
talking.
that's
You
not
just
the
got
way
me
I
off.
want to
You just got
go.
me off. You just got me off. So can I talk?
Yes.
In order to work something out, both people have to want it.
Yes.
And I don't.
And I'm just asking.
So I'm telling you how this is gonna go.
I just don't think we should be like this, babe. You're trying to run the show, and I just think you should just give me an opportunity to fix it with our relationship. Like, I'm so down on this shit. I'm so mentally broken. I really want to fix my home, bro.
You're so mentally broken.
Babe, I've been through a lot of shit. You've been through a lot too. I'm not knocking that, bro. I'm not knocking that. At the end of the day, you went through shit when it was most trauma and you were having a baby. I was a terrible boyfriend. I was never there. I was absent. I wanted to smoke J's more than worrying about my family and making sure y'all straight. Just worry about getting high, stimulation in my mind and shit like that. I'm not worried about that shit no more. Like, I honestly have a clear head. I honestly think about putting my family in. I honestly thinking about still being able to stand. So if emergencies come, if you crash your car, shit happen, I'll be able to put us back on our feet like that. That's mad shit. I don't plan to lose you, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna think about losing you because that shit's hard for me to endure, bro. Definitely the day before Christmas, like I keep telling you. I never had a Christmas with you, bro. Just want to just try to spend time with you, at least try to enjoy my life with you while I can. I only had one life. We already had a kid. We already started a family. Let's get this shit right while we can before it's too late. It's not too late, baby, because we're right here talking. It's not too late. We're right here talking. It's not too late. We still did it together. It's not too late. It's not too late. Why?
Because I work here.
Okay, and I'm asking you to just love me
I feel bad
again.
for Boo that he has to.
I'm just asking you to
Y'all,
love
she
me.
have
I'm
another
just
man.
asking you to love me.
Okay,
I'm
she don't
asking
want
you
to tell him.
Please, I'm just asking you to love me again. I'm just
My
asking
son's
you to.
stuff is here.
I'm just asking
Even though, he pouring his heart out
You're
that
not
he made
moving. I don't
mistakes
want you to
and he
leave.
want to
I
get it
don't want
right.
you to do all that. I'm not trying to tell you what to do.
Hey,
I want you to
Auntie
just see
Rose.
positivity out of the situation.
It's no positivity.
It is positivity. You're making it negative. If I'm telling
Right,
you,
she
it's
making it
still
negative because she
positive.
really don't
I'm
want to be
telling
with
you,
him.
babe, I'm fine. I'm still seeing positivity. Okay, I'm still seeing positivity. You're the one who's painting a negative on the situation. Like, you're not understanding. You're laughing at me, bro. It's not, because I'm right here. I'm trying to work this shit out. I'm right here trying to work this shit out. I'm right here trying to.
You trying to work this out. In a week ago, you punched me in my face.
And I've done that.
Dragged me
I've
off the
told you
bed.
that. I've done
Got
that.
on
I've
top
done
of
that.
Now, he was wrong by
Babe,
putting his
I'm
hands
trying
on
to
him.
tell
Don't
you,
do that.
please.
That's a no-no.
You come back
Everything that I
home.
have is just fucking.
What bitch's numbers in your phone? You're on the
You're right,
phone with
I
bitches
did.
while I'm in the
You're
kitchen.
right.
You're in the living room.
I was not on the phone with no bitch while you was in the kitchen and I was in the living
You
room.
didn't
I
know I
swear
was
to
in the
God.
kitchen.
I swear to God, I
I
wasn't
heard
on the
it.
phone with no bitch in the living room while you was in the kitchen. I would never do no shit like that.
You was.
I wouldn't even call no bitch in my house with you right here. That's so disrespectful. You might have thought I was on the phone with a bitch.
You were.
I wasn't.
Okay. Well, besides,
I wasn't on the phone with a bitch. I'm telling you, I wasn't on the phone with a bitch in the living room with you right here. I wouldn't even do no
okay,
shit
so
like
maybe
that.
I just misheard. But
Maybe you misheard. Like I said, I wouldn't do no shit like that. Like that's beyond disrespectful. I would be super mad you did some shit like that to me. I wouldn't do no shit like that. That's not even, that's drawing a
the
line.
disrespect is
Yeah, you're right. I've done a lot of disrespectful shit. I've done a
both
lot
of
of
us,
fucked
and I
up
feel
shit.
like
Right,
why
and
would you
can
want
fix
to be
it.
with somebody like that?
Because I'm just saying that. I play a role in why all this shit is this way, babe. I love you. You're beautiful to me. I love you from the bottom of my heart. When you get your body done, you're gonna be A1 day one. I'm gonna still continue to love you. I've still loved you the whole time we were together. I've told
How do
myself
you think
that I
that's
can't.
love?
I told myself that.
How do you think that's love, Terry?
I think it's love because I can always still pull you close to me regardless of
Because
how.
I've always just been accessible to you.
No,
And now I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
think
cut
you're.
off the accessibility.
And I'm telling you
And I
that
think that you should just be grown enough to say, let's just make these last months count.
I just don't think we should just do that, babe. I don't think we should.
I think she practically like absolutely had enough of what he was doing to her in the beginning of the relationship. So now she does want to move on. He wants to reconcile the relationship, be there because of the baby. And I do believe he still have love for her. But the thing is, I don't think she have love for him anymore. And she had already cheated on him once anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was with the same guy. I don't know who it was with, but she had already cheated on him once. But I understand what she's saying. No, that's not love by punching me in my face and calling me names and doing all accessory things to me. No, that's not love.
We should do that. I don't think we should do that. I'm not trying to be crazy, but you're not even letting it be another way. You're not even trying to think about the positives of this.
I was thinking that
situation.
too, Brittany.
4 years, you dragged yourself through it for 4 years. What's going to hurt you? Another 2 months? Another 2 months of doing this shit, then you still got to do it for another 18 years. That way, you're not even like.
I'm going to be a mom longer than 18 years.
I'm going to be a dad longer than 18 years too. You think I'm not going to be there for my child? You think I'm not going to be hung with my child when I'm 30? Shit like that. Like, I want to do shit with him, bro. I want to.
Yeah, you can still
enjoy
can't. You was the one who said if I break up with you, Cody won't have a dad, and that's fine. You don't want to be there for Cody since we broke up. That's fine with me. Get off me. You stink. Get off of me. You stink.
I know. I'm just
Okay, so please move. You stink. Okay, you stink. Move.
I don't want to go for this. No.
Corey, it's really not up to you anymore.
It's not up to me. I know it's not up to me. I'm just asking you to try, babe.
And I'm
Christmas,
saying,
he think y'all make smoke that weed.
Listen to me. Listen to me,
Get
bro.
on my face.
I'm not trying to be
Get on my
aggressive or
face.
nothing like that, bro. Listen to
Hey,
me.
Angie Williams. Hey, baby.
Listen
Happy
to me,
Friday.
bro.
How are you?
Look at what you giving up, bro.
What am I giving up? It's nothing
Everything
here
you
for me.
giving up, everything is nothing here for you. You keep saying that. I'm here. Cody's home is here. Your sweet is here. Babe, I'm admitting to me not being the best dude. I've admitted to that. Like, I've never admitted to that before. I've never said, damn, I've been fucked up. I've been doing all this shit. I've been this, that, and the third. I've never admitted to that shit ever. I never recognized where I was wrong in certain situations. I'm now seeing that, and it just makes me so mad because now it took me this long to take the initiative to make this shit work. Babe, I don't want to lose my relationship. You got power in you to hold on to me, to hold on to your son ass, to hold on to everything. Please get off your phone.
Dude, you.
I don't see what the problem is. I'm not taking anything from you. I don't care about that shit. I want to do it because of the shit I put you through. But I want you to understand, we have a child. We have to raise for 18 years. Listen. Co-parenting sucks. I don't give a fuck who tells you that. He's missing 2 perspectives every single day. I'm just giving you real shit. He's missing 2 perspectives every single day. And in order for him to be a man.
Are you a man? And you have both parents. Are you a man? Do you think
Yes,
you're a man?
I think I'm a man. I think I
You
show.
think you're a man?
Yes, and I feel as if I definitely don't show characteristics of a man all the time, and I do fucked up shit that present me to be a pussy. But I am a man. I stand on all 10. I never folded on my family. I always been there. Anything financially wise, I never folded. I've been there, bro. You can't say I ain't my job. Like, I stand on my 10. I stand on my 10, bro. I give you shit that I don't even want to do. I still do it because that's man shit. Like paying for your last class. I wanted to spend all my money in LA. So fuck it, I'm gonna look out for her. I'm gonna help her. Boom. Next time I want to spend all my money in LA. Fuck it, I'm gonna pay for the surgery. I'm gonna help her out. I'm gonna help her deal with her bills, help her do with her own shit.
So
I want you to genuinely be happy.
Other than materialistic things, what do you offer in this relationship? Other than materialistic things, so that support.
Yes.
So cheating on me my whole pregnancy, that's support.
Babe, you can't bring up shit from 3 years ago.
Okay, so punching me in my face 7 days ago, that's support.
Wrong. That's wrong. That's fucking wrong. You're right. That's the type of conversation I want to have, though. Like, so I can improve, so I can fix myself, so I can just build. Like, you think that this doesn't help me, but this really does help me.
This relationship literally drives you crazy.
I don't think it drives me crazy. I love the relationship so much it drives me crazy when I lose it.
But
that's a problem.
But I feel like you the one that lost it.
I did. I admit I lost it. I played a role in us losing a relationship.
Despite all this, he was a good father after they had the child.
Mini-Me, you stay under me? You stay under daddy? You love your daddy? You love your daddy?
He loved the child and did all the things a good father did. By June 13, 2022, Tyree and Autumn were no more living in the same house together. So on this day Tyree decided to go to Autumn's mom's house where Autumn lived with the hopes to try and reconcile. Upon getting to the house, Tyree was met with a hail of gunfire from Autumn's new boyfriend while he was trying to walk into the room. The boyfriend ran out and someone else called 911. Tyree was pronounced dead on the scene. He had been shot at 16 times. The new boyfriend was later determined to be Terrence Kenneth Yancey after his picture was captured on a Ring doorbell.
Hey, Trey runs past me in the hallway while I'm at her door downstairs, and he runs out. I run to the top of the steps because he's running downstairs.
Now the thing is, y'all, I was confused, right? When he went in the house and the guy shot him 16 times, like somebody shoots you 16 times, they got to know you and they really hate you. Okay, that's hate. Okay, 16 times. Now, how did the baby father get in the house? Was she still seeing the baby father and the baby father had a key? Because they just simply said he walked in the house and caught her with another man. So from what I'm getting from this, she was still messing around with the baby father. Okay, they might not been in a relationship, but he was going back over there because he still wants to be with her. He was still trying to reconcile the relationship so they can be on one accord again, right? So I'm thinking that the baby father had keys to this house. They never said she got up and opened the door. He got up and opened the door. They said when he walked in, he was greeted with a hell of gunfire. So this man had to still have keys to this woman's house, okay?
He's fumbling with his shoes, and I'm just yelling. I'm like, what did you do? What did you do? Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. And so I haven't told this story in like so long.
Exactly, Angie.
Because this happened 2 years ago, and this is something that I literally have to relive every day. I didn't trust her in the beginning. I don't think about something from that day.
A massive manhunt ensued and Terrence was ultimately captured 24 hours later in a wooded area in Dunkirk. Autumn decided to come out and talk about a lot of things that happened in their relationship because people believe she set him up for death. She tried to convince people otherwise by posting all these videos on social media.
And Tyree's son's mother. I am who the FSO Gunk story on Instagram is about. I'm finally coming on here to say something after almost 2 weeks of all of this starting, because I know why it's starting. I know the objective, and I wanted to get in front of it before the rumors and the lies and manipulative, theories and things like that are being put out about me get too far. I feel like they already kind of have gotten too far, and I was going to stay quiet because this is something that's happened almost 2 years ago. Trey had ended up coming with me and my friend to my mother's house for the cookout. This is in June of 2019. Mind you, me and Tyree break up. It's fresh. It just happened. So I didn't really know Trey. I knew of him. He had been around in a couple of occasions, but we never formally met up until this day. Since then, we just started to get to know each other from that cookout.
Yes, Brittany.
Now, even though Trey and we never dated. We were never boyfriend and girlfriend, but we did get very, very close, and we got almost to that point with each other. Now, in the whole summer, Tyree was doing his thing. I was doing my thing. We didn't rekindle up until Labor Day. Is it Labor Day weekend? I think it's Labor Day. I think it's Labor Day in September. School had just started, I believe, and he had hit me up and was just like, let's try it out again. Let's try to, make shit right between us. And we did just that, but it was not exclusive. I was not exclusive to him. And he knew that. He knew who I was dealing with, I believe.
Because among y'all, she got in a relationship right after this, y'all.
Sure about when he found out who I was dealing with or how he found out who I was dealing with, but he did not know him. They did not know each other. After him reaching out to me to rekindle, I was dealing with the both of them. Now, this is the part where I want to interject, because
interject. Now look what she just said. Didn't I just say that, y'all? Didn't I just say she probably was still messing with that baby father? And what she just said, she was messing with the both of them. Okay? No good woman.
I knew that I was dealing with the both of them. Trey and Tyree, they never crossed paths.
It doesn't matter.
They did both speak on the phone on both ends. One day I was over at Tyree's house. Trey had called me. Tyree had answered. They exchanged words. And one time I was over at Trey's house. Tyree had called me, and Trey had answered, and they exchanged words. So I do want to add that part in because that's important as well in this story.
Yeah, it is important because why would you get another man to answer your phone when your baby father is calling you? Okay, I'm quite sure you probably, because some women, they just vindictive. They do evil, malicious shit. She probably got the side man to answer that phone. Okay, she probably did, because she looks like she that type of woman that would do some shit like that. Okay, that's crazy. Why would you get him to answer your phone when your baby father is calling, and vice versa? So it seems to me you was the middleman of this tragedy. That's definitely the middleman of it.
The fact that they never crossed paths, they never met, but they definitely did have words exchanged during that time period. If you're young and you're dealing with more than one person, then you know how that is. And social media, everybody's just acting like that they've never been in that situation. But
no, you're just nasty. That's all.
Now, me and Trey ended up getting closer towards the end of the year of 2019. So I want to say November, December, January, we were starting to get closer, and I was starting to lean more on the side of, taking him serious on a relationship aspect of things. I had ended up going through his phone January of 2020, saying something I didn't like. And so I started talking back to Tyree again. Now, me and Trey had.
Now you see what she said. She doing. You see what playing both sides, y'all. When she get finished with the side man, he do something. She goes back to the baby father. When the baby father do something, she goes back to the side to the other guy. You see what I'm saying, y'all? So she played a role in this, okay? Because we know as women, men is not going to take this lightly, okay? They're not going to take this lightly. It's going to be hate there. It's going to be blood there. We know that as women, how men get down. She knew that. She knew that, and she did not care.
The whole, like, you know, argument between him and I. Left his house, and I started talking back to Tariq again. I would say March, we ended up getting back together officially, and only because COVID had hit. And when COVID hit, we weren't going to school physically anymore. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I live with my grandparents. I used to take clients out of my basement in my grandparents' house. When COVID hit, they're older. The idea of me taking clients in the house, it was just a no. So I started taking clients in Tyree's house, and I started taking clients at my friend's house. I ended up staying at Tyree's house from that because I would take clients every day. I just wouldn't end up going back home. At the time, I'm 17. At the end of March, beginning of April, I had got pregnant with my son. When I got pregnant with my son, that kind of sealed the deal as far as like my living arrangements. I just ended up like moving into his house, like slowly but surely going back home, getting more clothes, bringing my stuff over there, things like that. After we decided to, go through with my pregnancy, we were really trying to make things work for, what we were about to be, which was a family at that time. Things got rocky between Tyree and I at the very end of my pregnancy. My cousin had called me. It was 3 weeks before our baby shower. And it's some girl on Instagram, and she posting about Tyree trying to fly her out, posting that they've been talking since the beginning of the year, which the beginning of the year is when I got pregnant. And the real father is the one that got shot in the house. So stuck. Because I'm like, damn, I'm 18 at the time. I had turned 18 in May, and I'm pregnant. I'm 8 months pregnant. So it's no going back on the decision, to keep the baby. Everything is already prepared for my son when he gets here. So it was just like, I just felt very stuck. I felt dumb. I felt like
you are dumb.
Like betrayed, like he played.
No, you betrayed your baby.
Been pregnant, or you have kids, or you're pregnant. You just know how sensitive you are, emotionally and mentally and things like that. So it fucked me up. But mind you, my baby shower in 3 weeks, and it's like, what can I do? Now, the only reason that I kept all this to myself, and I'm being so transparent, y'all, when I say like, I'm gonna take accountability on my end and, say my piece. Like these were my real raw emotions. I felt stupid, and I didn't want anybody to know that, it was kind of like a, told you so type of moment. And I didn't want anybody to have like that upper hand or to be able to look at me and like with a judgmental eye, like nothing like that. So
Now let's skip to what happened that night.
And so he comes to my mom's house unannounced. He did not tell me that he was coming. We didn't have no conversation after we had got off the phone about him speaking to Cody and my mom's phone being lost in the airport. He came unannounced. He didn't tell me. I was unaware that he was coming or had plans even to come. He comes to my mom's house at 328. He comes through the door. Now, when he comes to my mom's house, that gives from 250 to 328. That's almost a 40-minute time gap in between the time where we went upstairs to go to sleep until he came. I was asleep, and to my knowledge, Trey was asleep. We didn't have sex, nothing. We literally lay down in the bed. We was taking shots a little bit, so we sleepy. It's 3 a.m. We lay down and go to bed. I wake up to shots. I seen some comments like, how do you sleep through 16 shots? I hopped up to the first one. Trey is literally sitting up in the bed, shooting in the door frame, and I see Tyree's silhouette in the door frame. I thought that Trey was going to think like he was there off the strength of me. And so I jump up and I run out of the room. When I'm running out of the room, Tyree is literally falling into the room as he's being shot. He was shot 16 times. When I run out of the room, I run across the hallway to my sister's room. And my sister is literally like at her door, locking her door. Like I hear it. Like I hear like her footsteps. Like I hear her like just like her door.
So you
like
mean to tell me you didn't know that man was in your mother's house
she
with a
didn't even know
gun?
what
I
was
get it
going
now.
on.
You didn't
It's
know.
gunshots. Like it's 16.
You didn't know this man was in your mom's house where you was living at with your child and your sister and your mother to risk their house. Okay, they could have got killed in that house, and you didn't know your boyfriend was in that house with a gun. Okay, and you specifically said out your own mouth you was playing both of them. You was. You said it out your own mouth that you was playing the both of them. You was messing with him. You was messing with him. Okay, so the baby father probably didn't know that you was in a relationship because you hid the man. Then the other man probably didn't. He knew about the baby father, but probably didn't know that y'all was still messing around. But he knew that that was your baby father, and he knew he always had access to you because of the baby.
Shots. And like 16 shots, that happens fast, but like when you in a room or like next to something like that, like it just seems like it's going on forever. So I'm at her door like whispering like call 911, call 911, call 911. And she is who called 911.
Okay, we'll come over here calling.
Terrence was eventually convicted of voluntary manslaughter. The jury also convicted Terrence of 2 firearms violations, for counts of reckless endangerment and 1 count of destruction of evidence. He faces a total of over 40 years incarceration. Autumn posted on social media how Tyre had tried to get them together but she rejected. This video was just in an effort to show that he was forcing himself on her. But it showed more a caring man who had done some bad things in the past and was willing to fix things so he can unite his small family. Tyre's parent had a lot to say too.
Hey everybody, I'm Tyre's mom, Lindsay, and
I'm his father, Roger.
So we just wanted to take this opportunity to come on his page and kind of talk about this journey that we have been on. We want to kind of give some of the back history to what caused us to take this journey. And we also wanted to take this opportunity to clarify some of the things that are going out. So first and foremost, I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart. When we started this journey on April 1st, I personally did not expect the response that we received. I always knew Tyre was loved, but I didn't know he was loved this way. So 2 years later,
She's making me cry. Oh boy, that's so painful.
Give me a second. 2 years later, I had finally decided to tell his story. People that have never been through this can't judge me. They can't tell you the pain that I experience daily. It's a feeling when you wake up every single morning and your heart is broke and you look. God knows exactly what happened, exactly what the intentions were, and exactly what the expectations were. I'm not here to judge anyone. So no matter what she says about me or my family, it's irrelevant. Words, when we grew up, my mother always told me words don't hurt you. Your words will never hurt me. What you did do that hurt me was you took something that was important, which was my son.
Fact.
So you can say whatever you want to say.
See, the mother
You
even
can
knows
never
she has
give
to
me
do with
back
it.
what I brought into this world. And then to laugh it off, you and whoever else, I want you to understand, and I want to say this clearly, it's not a game. It's not a game. It's only two people in this world that I wish this pain on, two. And I have friends and I have enemies. You can be my enemy and I still wouldn't wish this type of pain on you. But there are two people. And those two people are the murderer, his mother. She needs to feel my pain. I wish every day that I go to bed that when she wakes up, she feels this pain, because she will never understand the pain that a mother has to bury. She'll never understand that until she goes through it. She gets to see her son. She gets to call her son. She gets to put money on his commissary. She gets to see him in 15 years or however many years when he comes home. So she'll never understand my pain. The only other person is her mom.
Brittany.
The reason why her mom needs to experience this pain is because as a mother, you can't justify you can't make light of what your child did. And until you experience one of your children being buried, you're never going to understand my pain. You're never going to understand my purpose, because it hasn't happened to you. Right now, your only focus is to protect your child, not realizing your child puts other people in a situation to lose their child.
There you go.
So I don't expect you to feel my pain.
This mother
But
not
one day,
stupid. She know that girl
one
has
day,
to do with
when
that.
you do, whether you admit it or not, you'll say, I understand how she felt and why she felt that way.
Absolutely.
Until then, you'll never understand the pain that we experience. So again, I personally want to thank everybody that has reached out. My God, the support, the state's attorney, the support of people calling in is unbelievable. Unbelievable. The detectives knew what they were dealing with. They knew it wasn't all truth to the story.
I said that. Didn't I say that, y'all?
Timing is everything, right? Timing is everything. So we decide to celebrate Tyree's life, his legacy. You feel like you have to defend yourself. And in defending yourself, you actually tell some of the truths that was never told before. And what you have to realize, you should never forget what you say or do. Because one thing is, when you're honest, the truth is the truth. Whether it's now or 2 years later, you're never going to forget what you say.
That's right.
When you're not honest, you end up telling on yourself and you end up telling the truth. So whatever that may be, I'm going to pray for you, because you need it. And at the end of the day, what's coming, you deserve. Now, anybody that knows me, and nobody can tell you no different. They can do an interview, 2, 4, 20 of them. I don't care what you do. One thing you'll never be able to do in those interviews is pull any black and white on what Tyree's mother, ever said in a disrespectful manner to anybody. I always kept a clear conscience for the support of my son and his memory. I never, ever, whether I felt it or not, whether I believed it or not, I never, ever called you out your name, disrespected you, said anything negative about you, ever. And I don't have no reason to lie. I'm 45 years old. Now, ask me today. No, I don't.
Yeah, his mother was young.
Now I watch what has happened. I absolutely don't like you. And I understand why you felt like I shouldn't have liked you. Because you always felt in your guilty conscience, you always felt that his family didn't like you. Now I see why. And I don't. And the world
I like
knows
her,
it
baby.
now.
I like her.
Prior to this moment, I never felt that way. But now that you showed me who I always knew you were, I'm letting you know I don't. And I understand why you would have to lie and portray that my family is this evil people that we were never were to you. You live with us. You didn't live with your parents. You didn't live with your family. You live with us. We took care of you. When you had nobody else to take care of you, we never turned our back on you. When you had nobody else, let's be absolutely clear. Your mother wasn't there. I didn't meet your mother to 2 years after you was with Tyree. If we're telling the truth, let's tell it. You were in my house. You ate my food. You laid in my bed.
Okay, I love her.
And then to say that this family who took you in as their own are these evil people, you're absolutely crazy. And I hope that you get the help that you absolutely deserve, because you need help. You need a lot of help. Because in your mind, what you believed about us is what we should have believed about you.
Yes.
And that's what you have shown us. You've shown us all of these mean things that you and your family have portrayed against my family is how we should have felt. How we should have felt. And thank you for showing me that. Because sometimes it takes time to show people who you absolutely are. But one thing is, once you show me once, you don't never have to show me again.
That's me.
Ever. Because I understand exactly what's in front of me.
Baby, she talking. She's speaking facts.
So, in this story,
sorry you lost your
this
son,
is the
Sue.
absolute truth. Tyree walked into their home. He was murdered. There were two stories. One was that the person who murdered him waited for him to enter the room and shot him multiple times. He emptied the clip. He shot 16 times.
And I believe she knew it, y'all. I'm telling you, I believe that girl knew it.
Soon changed when forensic evidence came out. And the forensic evidence stated that the person stood over the bed and shot at him. That's the absolute truth. So whether they were up, asleep, I don't know, but that is what happened. Okay. After he was shot, he, because that's what he is to me, calling the murderer. The murderer went on about his business, and the girl, whatever she is, asked her sister to call 911. The 911 tape was revealed. There was a few attempts to try to resuscitate him. The dog, the family dog that lived in the house, was more important than my son's body.
Hold on.
Blanded. She was looking for her dog. Whatever the dog, King, whatever the name was in the 911 tape, it says she's yelling out the door for the dog.
Yes,
My son is
Joanne.
laying in the bedroom, dead. The reason why I share this is I don't care. It could be anybody. I don't have to know you. If a person is laying in front of me, lifeless, I'm going to make every attempt that I possibly can to try to save that person.
Absolutely.
At no point will an animal be more important than a lifeless body. At no point.
Exactly.
Once that happened, I was called. As you saw from the transcript, I was called before 911 was called. We immediately got to try to figure out how to get there. I've never been to this house before, so I was asking for the address. In trying to get to this location, I'm calling my son. I'm calling everybody, like, 911, like, we got to get here. I don't know what's going on. We have to get here. I was initially told, and I will never forget this, ever forget this. My exact words when I picked up the phone was screaming at her. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? It was 3:32 a.m. Do you know just about every single day I wake up at 3:32 a.m.? Just about every single day since that happened, I wake up at that exact time. It was screaming and hollering.
Hey, Joanne.
And I said, oh my, Tyree's been shot. And I'm like, what happened? Oh my God, is he okay? It's the first thing I said, is he okay? She said, no. And I'm like, what happened? She said, someone ran in here and shot him. It's quote, unquote. I immediately called my son because they were together. So I'm like, did someone follow him home? I'm frantic, like I'm going off. And my son is like, I don't know, like he left the club. And so we were trying to figure it out. Through all of that, when we arrived on the scene, it was 2 officers. So I'm like, what hospital did he go to? Again, these are things I will never, ever forget, ever forget. And the officer said, he's not at a hospital. So what do you mean he's not at a hospital? What hospital? Like, I'm freaking out. I'm screaming, hollering. So he's in the house. So at that point is when we knew he had passed away. My exact next question to the officer is, did you find out who did it? Did you find out who did it? And his exact words to me was her boyfriend. At that time, to me, that was news. So fast forward a week forward, Tyree called me. We were in Jamaica and he said, Ma, I need to come home. And I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, I just need to get her space. We got some stuff going on. Like, I don't want to be here. It's his exact words. I have text messages. Through that, I said, of course, absolutely. Like, I'm never going to turn my back on my kids, ever. Absolutely. Come get. He said, me and Cody. Him and Cody. They didn't come Monday. They didn't come Tuesday. They still lived in that home those days. Wednesday is the first night of that week that he spent in our address. Through that, through the couple days, they were cordial. They were talking. I shared some of his last stories. Like, he was normal. He was normal. He was not what was portrayed of him. Stories don't lie. Text messages don't lie. Like, I can't make this up. That Saturday, he was walking around because he couldn't get in contact with Cody. He was like moping. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I can't get in contact with Cody. He's supposed to be in Florida. He's trying to figure out what's actually going on. He wanted to talk to his son. He had messages to her sister. Like, hey, Brittany, with y'all, is he okay? Like, that's what no person's supposed to do that care about their son. Too many young people out here that don't take care of their kids, family.
Right. Absolutely.
He cared. Again, conversation. They conversated throughout the day. Back and forth, some of the messages. He, no me, had together. So we've been married 25 years. We ain't been together a lot of times during the 25 years, but have we ever really like not been together? Like, let's be honest. 25 years. That's how long we've been married. How many times have we not been together in 25 years, but we still sitting right here today? So this completely broken up, not together, I'm sure that's not what he actually believes.
Didn't I tell you all that in the beginning? I said that.
Hers, maybe. Then, so I don't give views because at the end of the day, to be honest with you, I ain't watch video 1 or 2 because it don't matter. You won't get a like or a view from me. But I did hear some bits and pieces about it. You say on that particular video, when you talk about my son, my deceased son, who was your caretaker, when you talk about him, you say, you know how people do back and forth. We all know what we doing. We all with different people. No, I don't know that. You know that? Yeah, we don't understand that. I'm sure our son didn't either. He wasn't really raised like that. He wasn't raised with him and his siblings having like different fathers, you know, back and forth, not in the home. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't raised like that. So where you insinuated that everybody should know, you know, how people do, we don't know that. So I'm sure he didn't. I could speak for him on that. So,
and she did say that in her video.
We went to trial is when most of this stuff opened up. Now, the murderer was offered a plea deal. He was offered
3 to 8.
3 to 8 years. 3 to 8 years. He turned it down because honestly, in his heart, he felt he did nothing wrong. He felt like he was defending what he thought was his family. I don't know why, but he did. So he turned down the plea deal. Right before trial, I was contacted by his attorney asking if we would. So the family has to be a part of the plea deal. Like, you know, you have to be a part of the agreement. So trial was supposed to start on Monday. We were contacted Friday, late Friday evening, asking was the deal still on the table. And what did we say? No.
I was thinking about it, but the lawyer said no.
Right. So he was thinking about taking that deal. He probably should have, but he didn't. But God works in mysterious ways. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why God works in mysterious ways. If he would have took that deal, we would not have known none of the stuff that we know today. If he would have took that deal, we wouldn't have known the before and after of what we know today. And as much as it hurt us to sit there in court, not only seeing our son's body shot up, because in court, in trial, you see the real life pictures, not only seeing him laying there with a bullet to the back of his head, with a bullet to his neck, with a bullet, 14 bullets to his back.
Oh my
Not
God.
only did it hurt us to see that, we learned the truth behind the story. And as hard as it was for us to accept the truth, we learned the truth. We had to sit through testimony. Different people testified. And one of the testimonies were the owner of the home. Her testimony said Tyre lived there. Contrary to what's being told today. Cody's mom was on stand for 2 days. We have 789 pages of transcript. Y'all only saw 14 pages.
Wow.
14.
Wow.
A transcript is a public record that anybody can obtain. You can hear word for word her story out of her own mouth. I don't have to tell her story. She told her own story. We didn't make this up. We didn't ask for this.
I don't
We
know
didn't
her
make this
age,
up.
but
We
they
have
was-
no reason.
They
to
was both
lie.
in their 20s.
None at all. Then you heard his story
Yeah, it's sad, Robin.
on what he felt like happened. And he didn't really have a story, honestly.
Yeah, the mother
He was just as dumb as he
mother of
looked
the baby and
on
the father
stand.
was in their
And
20s.
he honestly looks like somebody that just don't know no better. Like he just was caught up, just like Tyre was. They was caught up in these looks, material stuff, and they thought they hit the jackpot. And really, both of them hit bankrupt. Both of them.
Absolutely.
So what may seem like is good is not always good.
Say it
And
again.
I hope that from his story, it changes somebody's life. We have had so many DMs. Oh my God, this is happening to me. I need to get out. Like, please save yourself.
Now this page
Nobody
she's talking
and
on, y'all.
nothing
This is
is
her
worth
son
your life.
page. This
He
is
was
his TikTok, I
such
think.
a good individual. No matter what these people say about us, our family is unbreakable. And if you don't know that by now, you should know that. Your little words of talking about our family don't hurt us. that actually inspire us to go a little bit harder on you. You can't hurt us. You can't break us. We still standing. So you can say he didn't like his family. Okay, that's what you think. I don't have a point to prove. I don't have to prove who my son was to me. He don't got to prove who his son was to him. His brothers don't got to prove who he was to them. That's your misconception. And that's because you came from a broken family and you don't know what a family is. So therefore, we expect someone to say that because of how you feel. So us telling this story has opened up so much light on the case again. So thank you. Continue sharing it. Continue calling. Continue celebrating Tyree's life. Continue. If you don't think it's making a difference, it's making a huge difference. And that's nobody but him above. Nobody. That is Tyree above causing the havoc that he has always caused. Because he's saying, I'm not going to let you. One thing about him.
Yes, absolutely.
He ain't play about me. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. He will go to the war about his mother. And when that person sent me that message on March 25th, I didn't share it with nobody. Did I share it with you?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't share it with my daughter. I ain't share it with my sons because I already know who they are and what they about. If they would have saw the level of disrespect that was given to me on the message, they saw it when it was posted online. Their raw emotions came when same time you saw it. I'm not messy like that. She sent that message. I said, oh, this what we doing? Okay. Because this big back, whatever she called me, I got you, boo. And by me having you, before I went to custody for his son, I told Miles, I said, I don't want to take Cody from his only surviving parent. I had all the evidence in the world to take Cody. If I could do things again, would I? Probably so. But guess what? Them tables gonna turn. And what seems like something today is not gonna stay that way forever. I was given anonymously, over 3,000 hours of recording after Tyree's death that will write her own fate. It don't got nothing to do with Tyree. It's her lifestyle that she chose to live.
Sound like she's not a good mother,
you
y'all.
heard some of the recording, so I have no reason. I'm not making it up. I wouldn't have had a recording of her and her new boyfriend if that wasn't given to me. I wouldn't have a recording of her telling Cody, fuck ZZ. And you know, I had to look at this girl every time she brought Cody to me, knowing she teaching my grandson to say that about me. But God had a better plan, and he got a better plan for me. Fuck ZZ inspires me because it shows me how much I really mean to you. That you would teach your 2-year-old son, to be disrespectful to his blood.
Wow, that's painful.
How would I get that? I wasn't with you. I wasn't in the car with y'all.
For me, and like I say, you know who you are. You can talk greasy as you want to greasy about me. You don't know nothing about me.
Okay, Daddy.
So let me make that self clear. But let me also make sure you understand something clear. COVID started, for everybody that don't understand, March 16th of 2020. All right? March 16th of 2020. You couldn't do eyebrows, you couldn't do lashes, you couldn't paint no nails because you couldn't be around people. I kept a roof over top of your head. I kept food in your mouth. I kept you getting a car to make sure you drive. My son ensured that you had a car that you couldn't pay for.
Wow.
Anybody that had that type of mentality or mindset to take care and provide for you, then so-called we have my grandson, which is my grandson. At the end of the day, he ain't want for nothing. You took him to deprive from him. And I still see where I could put some decent things in his lifestyle. Send him to school and pay for it, where he was learning his A's, B's, and C's.
Go ahead, Granddad.
No public assistance here. He had it. You took from him because you figured that's a way to get back. But what you got back at is depriving your own child not to have a better life than you did.
Amen. Speak, Daddy.
I'll make myself clear. You deprived him to have a better life than you did, and that's your own child.
Wow.
At the end of the day,
Uncle baby,
what you did, that's between, like my wife said, you and God. But I want to put this out there because it's somebody that need to hear this. I said it before. Be careful who you let in your house, because you can love people more than people love you.
How many times I told y'all that?
It's going on every day, day in, day out. People got alternative motives.
Absolutely.
And the only motive I can read in this whole story is you let somebody get up on somebody. And everybody, definitely young people, it was almost like the play. And y'all ran the play. But I want to clear another part of that statement up. Tyree ain't kicked no door in. Tyree ain't pried no door. He ain't come through the back door. He hit the code. We all got codes.
Didn't I just tell y'all that? That man had access to the house. I said that.
Open the door.
Just like she had to go to the house.
Pretty much.
But would never have to worry about walking in here getting laid out.
But think about this. If I'm going in to get somebody, not taking my shoes off to walk up some steps and open a closed door to not know what's behind the closed door.
Facts.
I'm basically going in there to get in the bed. That's what I'm doing. This could have went either way, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, don't God honest truth. This could have went either way, and I respect that. But at the end of the day, if Tyree would have known who was in that house, he wouldn't have put himself in that situation.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was in that situation because of his love of what he thought was genuine. Right. And genuine wasn't nothing but a fraud, a fake, and a phony.
Materialistic.
Exactly what I got. I can tell you over the years, I sat back. These people can't tell you nothing about me because I ain't talked to them like that.
Okay.
And I said it just like that. Over the years, I was a high and by guy. You know it. I was a high and by guy. But now I'm going to speak out because I'm going to say this. I got a daughter. No, am I going to disrespect? I got a daughter. God rest her soul, I had a sister. I got a wife and a mother. There's 4 women in my life.
And a niece.
And a niece.
And a granddaughter.
And a granddaughter. 2 granddaughters. All right? So I'm adding all that up, right? Here's my thing. And I go to say this, and those for the ones that's listening. You in a relationship, and what your relationship is about between you and your relationship, right? But when you figure that the relationship is over, you make sure that you understand that the relationship is over.
Facts.
Through this situation, made me really understand that the person that my son loved and thought he had that 100% trust.
He didn't.
I don't use the word setup because I never said that, right? But you knew what was going on.
There you go.
You knew what was going on.
She was playing both of them.
You knew that when the person that provided for you, took care of you, you thought it was the thing to get up under his skin by running to the other, right?
That's exactly
but here's the
what she
other
did, y'all.
part for you.
Scratching.
That's okay.
It's Daddy.
Yes.
Who's that right there? Who's that?
That's
It's
how I walk
Daddy.
in.
Huh?
To
It's Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, that's the baby.
What do you guys think about this whole story? Was it a setup? Could she have done better by sticking to one man? We would leave you guys to say what you think about this story in the comments. We really wish this never happened to this kind-hearted young man. Our sincere condolences to Tyree's friends and families.
Yes.
May his soul continue to rest in peace. Please stay safe out there, and we shall see you guys in the next video.
Okay, y'all, let's talk about it. Give me 1 second. Come on. What did I do wrong? Hold on, y'all. I did something wrong. Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. That was a love. You can tell, y'all, he came from a loving family. A loving family. His mother and father loved him. Okay? And if you have sons, you have to pray for your sons. Okay? Some of these women, I'm not going to say all, some of these women is malicious to the fullest. Okay? She knew what she was doing. Okay? She knew she was messing with both of them at the same time. She even said that. Yeah, she said it. Okay? And then that's why she kept saying, you know, I got to make it clear. Let me come out here and make things clear of what really happened. No, but see, I didn't know that she dogged the mama out. I didn't know she was sending the mother messages and saying mean things to the grandmother. I didn't know that, you know, she had the little baby cursing at the grandmama. Oh my God, that's crazy. You know, wow. Wow. That's crazy, y'all. So what do y'all feel about it? Hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to get something come up on this thing, but I'm listening. I'm here with y'all comments. Just give me a second. Come on, what is going on? I'm trying to get to my. Come on. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get to my StreamYard. Well, what did I do? All right, here we go. Let me see. All right. So, yeah, that was sad, y'all. That was sad. You know, that was a very sad story. You know, you got to be careful when you got sons out here dating these women. You know, some of them is not ready to be loyalty. They don't have no loyalty in their body. She was a snake, like the father said, like the mother said. And I never, now, she never said in her video that she lived with the mother that I heard of. Did y'all hear her say that? That girl set that dude up. Exactly, Miss Hill. Exactly. Yes, she did. You know, the father just didn't want to use those terms, but the father knew. Okay? He knew. The father definitely knew. And it's just sad. I'm sorry that they had to go through that. Yeah. Yeah, the baby do. And she said she could have took custody of that baby. But she didn't want to take the baby away from the mother. You know? Wow. And she out there living her best life. Well, she thinks she's living her best life for now, y'all. That's all I'm going to say. She thinks she's living her best life now. But, you know, her karma will come back. Because I hope she don't meet a man and something go wrong in another relationship that she get in. And I'm glad that the mother took to his social media platform to share her story, to clear up what was really going on and what really happened to her son. And you heard that, who said it? The dad, excuse me, I think the dad said, and I said it in the beginning of this live. I said, well, how did the baby father get in? He had to have a key to get in that house. And what the father said, he had the code to the house. So she knew if he had the code to the house, that he can come in that house at any given time. She knew that. Okay? And I wouldn't be so, and when she got on her live and said, he came perspective. I didn't know he was coming over. That's what she said in the beginning. The ones that were here and heard her say that. Now, from what the mother is saying, I can believe the mother. I believe she knew that the baby father was coming there. Okay? She knew it. She knew it. And she also knew that that man had a gun in that house. And that's why she had that bedroom door shut. Okay? And like the father said, if his son knew anything, his son would have never put himself in harm's way like that. But she knew it. She knew it. She knew it. She was just a cheater. Like the mother said, I agree. She didn't have a good childhood. She didn't come from a good family. So everything the mother said, I agree. She called him over there. Exactly. 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 You got to be careful. You just got to be careful. You know, my prayers goes out to the family. It seems like this is a great knitted family. And, you know, they're going to keep moving, but she's never going to forget her son. She's never going to stop thinking about him every day of her life. She's never going to forget what happened to him. She's never going to have respect for that girl again at all. I don't believe it's never going to be respect there again, ever. The respect is gone. The loyalty is gone completely. It's gone. She's never going to have that for this young lady, ever. Now, will she take her grandson, if she can, and give him a better life? I believe it, because the grandfather just said that. She got so nasty, she took the baby back because she didn't want the baby to have a good life. Because she didn't have a good life. Okay? So sometimes that happens. Okay? Sometimes when the father or the mother try to get custody or somebody of the baby, the person don't want to give them custody of the baby because why? They didn't have a good life. And they don't want their own child to have a good life because they are evil, miserable narcissists, because that's what she exhibit, narcissistic tendencies. That's what she did, because only a narcissist would do something like that. That's it. And, you know, I mean, it's crazy. I'm sorry that she had to go through that. I'm so sorry. And I understand what Denise says. She talks to her sons every day. You have to when you got sons. But sometimes sons can, you know, her son loved the girl. We seen that in the beginning of the video. He loved her. He wanted to make it work and become a family again. He even admitted the things that he did wrong and that he was sorry. But in her mind, she didn't give a fuck. She wanted to play with him in his face and be with another man. It ain't what he did to her. It wasn't about everything he did to her. She was not ready to be an honest, respectable, loving mother or a woman. Period. That's it. And that's all. So we're going to get into our next video, y'all. Oh, my God. I just can't. It don't even set right with me.
Life insurance policy with no 2-year waiting
Y'all want to
period.
donate a coffee, y'all?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all, all right?
Y'all
I love my
can.
husband. Like, I love that man to death. I love our relationship. I love what we
Yes,
have built
Crystal.
together. I love being his
Let
wife.
me know if y'all can hit this for
But
the
if
one in the
anything
chat.
were to ever happen where we weren't together anymore, I would definitely not do this marriage shit again.
She just had the biggest heart. And for him to just take her away from us is just, just sad.
He called me and said I killed her. I said, where's she at?
Andrika Sims was just 2 hours away from finalizing her
Auntie
divorce
Strokes.
when she was chased down the street and gunned down by someone who she once loved. Andrika, a mother of 8, was a great wife and loving mother, but that wasn't enough to keep her alive. She was on the phone with the police while running for her life on the streets, but unfortunately, it was seconds too late. He stood over her and emptied his clip into her body while police were parking their cars. What could have caused him to lose it on that important day?
I almost went for a facelift until I found this and tried this lift and tight serum.
Let me show you how I turned the look.
Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories.
Forever scarred by a painful loss. Police say around 7:45 this morning, a woman in her 30s was fatally shot in what appears to be a domestic violence dispute.
This story takes us to Detroit, Michigan. Located in southeastern Michigan, Detroit is the largest city in the state, the 10th largest city in the United States. Detroit, Michigan has a high crime rate, particularly violent crime. However, the city has seen a decline in violent crime in recent years. Andrika Sims McIntosh, age 35, was from Mount Clemens, Michigan but lived in Detroit, Michigan. Andrika was a mother of 7 adorable kids. She loved her kids and did everything she could with them.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gary.
Andrika was very hardworking. She worked with Amazon, United States Postal Service and also at Family Dollar according to her profile.
So you're gonna pay me daily to play Tetris with packages?
I throw some cash, she do it good, then she get my stash. My eyes so red. She recently got a job with the Transportation Security Administration where she even took her kids to on family days.
2023 TSC class, DTW.
The coffee link right there, Miss Joanne. I just dropped it.
I almost accepted the dark circles, sagging skin, and fine lines until a 15-second routine changed everything. Nobody believes I'm.
She was described as a nice person, both to older people and young people. Andrika was married to Breon McIntosh.
Sitting on the beach, early morning, with the hubby.
She really loved him and regularly post about him on social media.
If I had to write a love letter, I would probably run out of ink. I'm infatuated with your mind and inspired by the way that you think. Motivated by how you overcome all your struggles. And I like that you never lost your wild side even though you made it out the jungle. I wish that you could see yourself the way that I see you. But then again, there's probably things that you see in me that I see right through. But I see a light in you that could probably make heaven jealous. But you see a light in me no matter how dark it seems while this picture develops.
Yeah, it is, Brittany. It's very hard.
You got a quiet confidence that I find to be enticing. My heart was in a rut till you came and shook things up, and now writing love letters seems exciting. I never understood how the ones that got left was the right thing. Until you came around and found me. Funny thing is, I never knew I was hiding.
He was a security officer who took his job seriously.
Soon as I get back, she can slip. Do this all of the time. This ain't no surprise. Every other night.
They were married for 13 years and had 8 kids together. They were great together. They did things for their kids together and taught them some basic things in life.
Keep going. Good job. I now turn around.
Breon was a great father. He was there for his kids from things posted online.
Mommy, why?
Hold on. Mommy. Happy birthday, Pope.
Happy birthday, boy.
Oh.
Mommy, how? Mommy, what you doing on me?
They loved each other as a couple. She posted this on their anniversary. It reads, "Today is my 11-year anniversary, and boy was it a rough year, but we made it with many more years to come. I love that man from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet. We complete each other. Don't know what I'd do without him. I wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for him. I love you, Breon McIntosh." This other one reads, "Happy 12-year anniversary to my husband and I. Lots of ups and downs, but the key is communication. You are the man God made in his image for me. I love you with my entire heart. You gave me 10 beautiful and smart children and accepted my son as your own. You are my rock, my king, and my everything." He would leave comments on social media for her just like this one. It shows things were nice between them even though it later showed otherwise. Not too long after all this, Andrika started feeling some type of way towards him. She wanted out of the relationship. She started posting cryptic messages like the following: "That person left you high and dry. That person is having sex with someone else. You want that person back after they have been having sex with someone else. God knows how many people it has actually been. Where is your self-value? They know that you're going to take them back and they are going to do it again. Wake up, wake up, wake up. That person came into your life to teach you self-worth and self-value. They came into your life to teach you a lesson. Now it's time to say goodbye." She also reposted this on her page.
Donald Trump cares about power. He doesn't care about you. Josh Gottheimer's the Democrat ready to stand up to Trump and lower costs. He'll cut property taxes, lower costs for renters, and cut taxes for seniors.
I'm the only candidate for governor with a detailed plan to cut your taxes. I'll get it done.
All the time.
Seresto knows that some situations just suck. Fleas and ticks suck too. Seresto can help.
I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all, all right? I love my husband. Like, I love that man to death. I love our relationship. I love what we have built together. I love being his wife. But if anything were to ever happen where we weren't together anymore, I would definitely not do this marriage shit again. I don't think people really understand the effort that goes into having a successful marriage. This shit is not easy. Do not believe that fairy tale shit that you see on TV.
Thank you for the
Just
coffee.
because you love each other does not mean your
Appreciate you.
marriage is going to work. Love is not enough. It takes patience, understanding. It takes compassion. It takes consideration. It takes forgiveness. It takes selflessness. For the rest of my life, every decision I make, I have to think about how it's going to affect my husband. If you are not willing to have that level of consideration, do not get married. Now, me and my husband have been together for 13 years, married for 11. He knows me better than anyone else on this planet, and vice versa. We're at a point where most of our communication is nonverbal. With all that being said, there's still times where he'll do something and I'm like, this motherfucker don't know me at all. So after all the time and effort we put into learning one another, I'm supposed to turn around and go do that shit with someone else? Absolutely the fuck not. I'd much rather be single at that point. I do not understand how people have energy to do that shit a second time. And of course, this is not to discourage anyone from getting married. Like I said, I genuinely love being married to my husband. But please make sure you understand everything that goes into an actual marriage. Too many people get caught up in the idea of the beautiful wedding that they don't really consider everything that comes afterwards. Make sure you guys are having the difficult conversations beforehand. Make sure you know their stance on issues that you feel passionate about.
Yeah, some people.
I think part of the reason the divorce rate is so high right now is because people don't want to put in the work. They see couples on TV and social media and expect shit to be like that, when in actuality, you don't know what these people are going through behind closed doors. Real marriage is not all sunshine and rainbows. So if that's what you are looking for, do not get married.
Show us a video when you was depressed and sad, but no one knew.
she let him know they have to divorce. They were heading towards that when disaster struck. On August 4, 2023, the day which was supposed to be the day their divorce will be finalized, Andrika was home around 7 a.m. when Breon walked in from work and threatened her. She ran out and tried to run away from him. Andrika made a desperate call to police as he was chasing her down the streets, but just as they arrived to help her, he caught up with her, then stood over her while he emptied his clip. Police finally caught up and he was told to drop his gun, which he did, and he was arrested.
At 11, deadly domestic violence taking the life of a loving mother just hours before her divorce hearing. Good evening and welcome to 7 Action News at 11. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Mike Duffy. Andrika McIntosh was shot and killed outside her home on Detroit's East Side Friday morning. Police say when they arrived, her husband was standing over her with a gun in his hand.
7 Action News reporter Brett Cast is outside the courthouse where the suspect was formally arraigned. Brett?
Well, on Friday morning, Andrika was set to have a court hearing for her divorce. And just hours before, she stopped at home to get a change of clothes. And that's when her then husband, she was trying to leave, allegedly showed up with a gun and killed her.
She just had a heart of gold.
A single tragedy that touches dozens of lives. A mother of 7 killed in the midst of seeking a divorce. The man now charged in her murder is her husband of 13 years.
She just had the biggest heart. And for him to just take her away from us is just, just sad.
Before 8 a.m. on Friday, 35-year-old Andrika McIntosh was shot and killed outside her Detroit home on Gunston Street. Police say when they arrived, they found 6 shell casings and her husband, 35-year-old Breon McIntosh, standing over her with a gun. The two shared 6 kids together, including their 13-year-old daughter, Sanaya McIntosh.
My mom, she was a very caring person. She loved everybody.
Sanaya holds on to the countless memories spent with her mom. They were supposed to see Barbie together on Saturday and spent many summer days at Metro Beach Pool.
All of my siblings was inside of the pool, and we all splashed at her to get in, and so she got in with us.
Andrika's murder is the 8th domestic homicide in Wayne County this year. There have also been a number of cases outside the city, most recently in Saline, where a woman was shot and killed by an ex-boyfriend outside her work.
We have a lot of people victimizing people that they at one point purported to love.
Detroit Police Chief James White says the city is also facing this issue.
When you talk about intimate partner violence, we're seeing a slight uptick, but the level of violence is up, right? Where it's going from assaults to fatality.
As Andrika's family grieves, they say her death could have been prevented and hope something will change so others don't go through the same thing.
It really needs to stop. It's crazy. I feel like these men is not thinking about the life that they're leaving behind. They're not thinking about their children when they take their mother.
Breon McIntosh was arraigned on the charges of premeditated first-degree murder and felony firearm. He was later arraigned and remanded to jail. Her family misses her so much. She was laid to rest by family and friends. Our sincere condolence to the family of this mother of 8. We hope the best for her kids. It never needs to end like this. We hope justice is served in this case. May her soul continue to rest in peace. Please stay safe and we shall see you in the next video.
Wow. And again, y'all, it probably was red flags there. You know what I'm saying? It most definitely probably was. But you see how she said she loved it. The ground her husband walked on. They had 6 kids together, but I'm quite sure it was some red flags there. Maybe she probably did want to leave. And you see when she did it, right? She went to get the divorce and what happened? But maybe she could have planned it a little different, try to left before she did the divorce so he wouldn't know where she was at with the children instead of doing a divorce while she was still in the household with them. So that's why I say sometimes you have to literally sit and plan this stuff out. You cannot just do this stuff because this stuff can cost you your life. She probably never thought that this would be the end of her life. You know what I'm saying? She never would imagine that, but it was. So sad. Sometimes this stuff make me sad. I don't know what to say. Hold on. It is so crazy. So let me see. It can get
You're a
crazy.
senior between the ages of 50.
Hold on, let me. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear this one.
50 and 85. I have some important news that you need to know about.
And then, like Open Book said, it's so true because at the end of the day, when the fathers does that, nobody wins. Okay? One parent is deceased and the other parent in jail. And the kids is left back here suffering, grieving, not knowing who's going to take care of the kids. Is the kids going to go in someone's hands that's going to love them, care for them, be there for them, treat them like they're supposed to be treated? You know, those kids can go in foster care and be mistreated. Okay? They done already lost their mom and then they lost their dad. They're never going to see their dad again or the mom. So when dads do things like this, they don't think about their children. They don't think about the kids. Because sometimes kids don't always have to go with a family member. Sometimes there's no family members around that these kids have to go in foster care. And then they get in foster care and get dogged out. Okay? And they already grieving, hurt, and pain that they lost their mother and their father unalived their mother. So it's more pain that these kids can go through. So yes, these fathers need to stop and get some help. Because you're sitting here taking away these kids' mothers away from them. And this is a sad situation. Like Open Book just said, it is true. Nobody wins when it comes to things like this. Sometimes both of the grandparents could be deceased. You just never know. Maybe one grandparent's deceased. Maybe the other grandparent never been around. You just don't know the situation. It's sad. And it's really sickening. So we're going to get into
killing. Police say he's been violent with her in the past.
According to court records we obtained, Sanders recently threatened Pruitt with a gun. In 19 Investigates found he's also been accused of trying to kill her in the past. In March of 2020, Sanders was arrested for strangling and beating Pruitt, who was his girlfriend at the time. Pruitt told police Sanders also fired a gun at her head. He was charged with attempted murder, but pleaded guilty to lesser charges and was sentenced to 4 years in prison.
Briquethia Pruitt met Corey Sanders, a married man, on a dating site, and they started dating, but things quickly went bad for her when Corey shot her in the head and spent 4 years in prison. To the surprise of many, they got back together and continued their love affair shortly after he was released from custody. Unfortunately, she was not so lucky on the second try because her dead body was found in Corey's car with gunshot injuries. Corey was found the next day and arrested on suspicion of committing the murder. What happened during their second attempt at dating, and why did she let a multi-state offender with a significant felony history who tried to kill her previously back in her house and life? Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This story takes us to Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland is generally ranked as the city with the most crime in Ohio, with a population of 363,764 residents, with a violent crime rate of 16.2 per 1,000 residents and a property crime rate of 47.9 per 1,000 residents. Briquethia Pruitt, age 39, was from Lorain, Ohio, but lived in Cleveland, Ohio. According to her social media, Brickethia was engaged to Corey Sanders, even though Corey was secretly married to someone else at the time. Corey Sanders was someone who seems like a gentleman, but he can't get to stay on the good side of the law. He is a multi-state offender with a significant felony history according to his records. His criminal history dates back to 2005 when he pleaded guilty to possession of a controlled substance in McLean County, Illinois. He also has convictions in Illinois for domestic battery and aggravated battery. In August 2008, Corey was arrested in Cleveland for brutally beating his handicapped mother at her apartment on Archwood Avenue. The woman told police her son punched her 20 times or more in her head and kicked her in the back about 5 to 10 times. Corey was indicted for felonious assault and robbery. He pleaded guilty to the charges and was sentenced to 2 years in prison at the Lorain Correctional Institution. While he was on post-release control following his release from prison in Ohio, Sanders was arrested in Flint, Michigan on July 2011 with a stolen loaded gun and drugs. He was sentenced to 8 years in federal prison. According to court records, Corey was released from federal prison in February 2019 and placed on 36 months of supervised release. After his release, he met Brickethia Pruitt. They started dating and were living together. On March 14, 2020, Brickethia called the police to report Corey about domestic abuse. She told them he had assaulted her in her home. In her police report, she stated that, while backing away from him, she tripped over some items on the floor and fell onto the couch. She then reported that he got on top of her and began strangling her with his left hand while striking her with a closed fist with his right hand. She reported that she felt him hit her in the left side of her head with a gun. She moved her head and she heard the gun go off. Officers found a bullet hole in the couch, with Brickethia's hair in it, along with a spent .380 caliber casing and a Taurus Spectrum .380 with 1 round in the chamber on the floor next to the couch. Police confirmed they observed red marks and a small laceration on Brickethia's neck. Her upper lip had a deep laceration, and she had a small laceration on the left side of her head by her ear. Corey was indicted in April 2020 on 6 felony counts including attempted murder, felonious assault, aggravated burglar, and weapons under disability. In November 2021, Corey made a deal with prosecutors and pleaded guilty to weapons under disability and reduced charges of attempted felonious assault and burglary. The judge sentenced him to 4 years in prison with credit for the time he spent in jail following his arrest. Right after that, he got back with Brickethia and they continued from where they stopped before he went to jail. They went back to living together and loving each other again. Unfortunately, things will continue just like it was before he went to prison. This time Brickethia would lose her life. The couple were driving somewhere when they started arguing. Somewhere along the line Corey shot Brickethia, then he fled. Police said around 7:30 a.m. on February 9, 2025 they got a call for a person slumped in a vehicle in the 14700 block of Judson. When officers arrived they found Brickethia Pruitt dead in a vehicle with a gunshot wound. Police arrested 41-year-old Corey Sanders the next day at a house in Garfield Heights.
Disturbing new information tonight on a local man who is
you better
accused
say
of
it.
murder.
You better say
Investigators
it. No
found
way.
the suspect has a significant criminal history spanning multiple states.
And the woman he's accused of killing, police say he's been violent with her in the past.
New at 6, here's investigator Mike Mason with what we've uncovered.
Anyone in prison. Girl, you ain't by yourself.
Corey Sanders only said a few words in court Wednesday morning before his public defender invoked his right to silence. The 41-year-old is charged with aggravated murder, accused of fatally shooting a woman on Judson Avenue over the weekend. Police say 39-year-old Brickethia Pruitt was found dead inside of a car registered to Sanders, and they also have cell phone data connecting him to the crime scene. According to court records we obtained, Sanders recently threatened Pruitt with a gun. In 19 investigators
Exactly,
found
Brittany. He
he's
had no
also
respect
been
for his
accused of
mother.
trying to kill her in the past. In March of
At
2020,
all.
Sanders was arrested for strangling and beating Pruitt, who was his girlfriend at the time. Pruitt told police Sanders also fired a gun at her head. He was charged with attempted murder, but pleaded guilty to lesser charges and was sentenced to 4 years in prison.
This
At the
man was
time the
very
2020
violent.
attack on Pruitt occurred, 19 investigators found Sanders was on supervised release from federal prison, where he had spent nearly 8 years locked up on a weapons charge. In 2011, he was busted in Michigan with a stolen gun in 73 baggies of cocaine and heroin. Records show he took a plea deal in that case.
He was just a
and
bad
wasn't
man
charged
all the
for
way
the
around.
drugs. In 2008, Sanders was sentenced to 2 years in prison for brutally beating his handicapped mother in her Cleveland home.
Jesus.
We found he also has convictions in Illinois for domestic battery and drugs. In his previous cases, attorneys for Sanders said he has significant
Why they keep letting
psychological
that
and
man
emotional
home?
issues as a result of his abusive childhood. According to court records, he was born to a drug-addicted mother who stabbed him 32 times when he was only 5. Sanders said he spent several years in foster care and residential juvenile facilities. While in prison, he said he began pursuing a bachelor's degree in social work because he wanted to help troubled teens that faced abuse and neglect. Sanders is currently at the Cuyahoga County Jail on a $2 million bond.
It sounds like he has something against his mother.
Preliminary hearing.
Her daughter had a lot to say about what happened to her mom, so she went online to express how she felt. Her post reads, "Back in 2020 my mom Briquethia Pruitt met Corey Sanders on Tagged. They started talking and he went straight 3 weeks with me and my mom. The day that he shot my mom the first time, we were sleeping at a Days Inn in Elyria when we heard banging on the door. Corey then got up and opened the door. His wife was standing at the door yelling. Remind you we had no clue he has a wife. My mom told him drop us off back at her house in Cleveland. That night he dropped us off and left to go to his son to get a gun from him because he was in some trouble. I was sleeping in my mom's house alone. My mom had gone out on a date. When she came back into her home she found Corey in the back room of her house. They began to fight and I was woken up. I watched them fight through her house into the living room. Once we were all in the living room he put the gun to the side of her head and pulled the trigger. She couldn't see because of how bad her face was beaten. But when she felt the cold of the gun in her face she jerked her head. The bullet then hit her in the side of her face, shot her hair off, went through the couch into the stand behind the couch. She then fought Corey off of her out the door. At that point I stood in front of my mom and told him that the police were on the way. At that point he held the gun up to me and pulled the trigger. There was no more bullets in the gun. When he released it didn't go off. He went back into her house for his car keys, phone and wallet. But I already had his keys around my neck and his wallet and phone in my hoodie. When he couldn't find his things he took off on foot. He was later found and arrested. He did 4 years in Ross Prison. While he was in prison he was making death threats to my mom. He was released October 11, 2023. By October 2024 they were back in a relationship. I do not know why she went back to him or what her intentions were. But in the end he shot my mom and left her in a car to die alone. He was found the next day and will be facing trial. When a person really shows you who they are, believe it. Don't look over the red flags. Save yourself while you can. I don't wish this on anyone. My mom's not here to tell her story, so I will. Sanders is charged with aggravated murder and is currently sitting in jail. Some people blame her for taking him back into her life, but at this point we do not have to blame but prayer for her family. We do hope she gets the justice she fully deserves. Our sincere condolences to the friends and families of Briquethia Pruitt. May her soul continue to rest in peace. Please stay safe out there and we shall see you guys in the next video.
Wow. No. Oh my God. Why did she go back? Why? Why? Because I'm quite sure she knew that he was he abused his mother. I'm quite sure she knew that. Yeah, I'm quite sure. She had a lot of love for that man because, baby, ain't no way in hell I'm going to stay here and see you abuse your mother and I'm going to stay with you. Ain't no way. Because I already know if you ain't got no respect for your mama, you ain't got no respect for me, and you're never going to have no respect for me. So ain't no damn way in the world I'm going to be with you, marry you. None of that. I ain't doing it. No way. I don't know what was going on with her. I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I think these women got to rethink things over too, because I think some of these women don't understand. They put their own self in harm's way. Let's see. Did I do this one? All right, let me see. I don't think I did this one. Let me see.
My mom was shot twice.
Hold on. Let me see. Can I bring this one up? Yep. Sometimes, some women put themselves in harm's way. Why the hell she take him back? Yes, auntie. That's my thing. He never should have been out of jail. Yeah, his background was dangerous. Yes, he did, but drug just he just didn't deal with that. The man is dangerous, and I'm scared of him. When they say he beat his mama to death, I say shit. I'm surprised he ain't try to kill her kids, because some men would do that also. I ain't gonna say every man in life, y'all. I don't want to put every man down for one. I always say I never want to do that. But Lord, I'm just saying, I don't know what to say at this point. It's scary. It really is. But to each his own. I'm just speaking for me. I would never date a man that has been in jail. I don't care if you come home, I'm not dating you. I don't even want to look your background up. Shit, fuck you. Sorry, y'all.
2 days ago by her ex-boyfriend. She was shot one time in the face. She was shot in the shoulder. She was also stabbed 34 times.
Whoa, my Lord. What in the
9 times in the heart. A lot of the stabbings were defense wounds, but she was stabbed 34 times.
Through the grace of God, she is still here physically on this earth with us. But due to gruesome, life-altering injuries that she's recovering from, she's not able to be here today.
On January 17, 2025, Leticia Walton was in her apartment relaxing and winding down for the day when she realized someone had broken into her house. She was eventually stabbed 37 times and shot twice in the face. What seems to be the end of the road for her ended up being a miraculous story.
I just want to say I've been seeing these little comments too, bro, talking about I'm exaggerating. My mama didn't get stabbed 37 times. She didn't get shot in the face, all that type of shit. The shit was on the news. I'm not Kanye West. It's not going to be on CNN, fool. It's not. It's on the local news.
Good evening, and thank you for trusting WRBL News 3. I'm Teresa Whitaker. My co-anchor Phil Scoggins is off tonight. Today, the suspect in a shooting and stabbing case which left a woman injured at Sugar Mill Apartments made his first court appearance. 50-year-old Felito Daniel appeared before.
She somehow made it and was able to tell the police who the perpetrator was, leading to the arrest of someone who she thought loved her at some point in her life.
Hey, Patricia.
This story isn't short of a miracle. Why did this happen to this beautiful lady and who was behind it? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This story takes us to Columbus, Georgia. Columbus is the second most populous city in Georgia after Atlanta, and fields the state's 4th largest metropolitan area. Columbus, Georgia blends a vibrant artsy energy with unique local history and a thriving food scene. It's also the perfect place to enjoy the outdoors. The crime rate in Columbus is 28.3% higher than the national average. Your chance of being a victim of violent crime in Columbus is 1 in 162 and property crime is 1 in 39.
People be like, she thinks she cute, she act too bougie. And I do. Fly, oh my, it's a little bit scary. Boys want to marry, they want me to carry. They baby, and I ain't.
Leticia Walton, age 48, is a beautiful lady who had her life going great for her. Leticia took life very easy. She always smiles and make herself happy. She loves everyone around her, that includes her friends and family. Leticia always appeared very confident in herself. She loves going to the gym and making herself a better person. She took her body very seriously.
I had someone tell me I fell off, ooh, I needed that. And they wanna see me pick back up, well, where'd I leave it at? I know I
Let's drill now. Keep it going now. You can tell she was full of life, y'all.
All right, y'all. So if y'all been paying attention, y'all seen that I've been in the gym consistently for the past month or two. But I've been with a trainer or been doing like HIIT training, boot camps on Saturdays, circuit workouts, stuff like that. The only thing that I haven't been doing is eating right. So I've gotten some suggestions from some of the ladies that I work out with, really great support. And they said put lemon in the water, right? So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be hard, y'all, because if anybody knows me, they know I don't drink water. I don't drink enough. I will say I have incorporated water into my daily habit lately, but not enough. But I'm gonna do the right thing and I'm gonna eat right. So if y'all want to continue to follow me on my healthy journey. So right now, I'm not tall for a female, but I am 5'6". So at 5'6", I'm weighing in, believe it or not, at like 197. I am going to lose 10 pounds, but it's going to be a good 10 pounds. It's going to look good because can you imagine me 5'6", 185, still be curvy, but really toned? I think it's going to be a really nice look. And I'm really looking forward to sculpting my body and seeing how it looks. And anybody out there, if I'm doing this wrong, let me know. All I did was just squeeze some lemon in here. I don't know if I can cut some lemon up, put some lemon slices in here. I don't know, but let me know, okay? I'm willing to take any and all suggestions as long as it's right things. But really, I'm listening to my trainer more so. Get a Hemet Body Fitness, 1870. I think it's 1870 Midtown Drive, right behind the Captain D's on Macon Road. But, all right, so look, no more sodas, no more sweets, none of that stuff. I'm going to do right, and I'm going to stick to it. If any of you see me out there doing wrong, hold me accountable. Now, I was told tonight, stay away from the alcohol unless I want to take a shot or something. So I might still take a Patron shot here or there, but I don't really drink heavy anyway, unless, I'm going out or doing something, maybe a shot here or there, but I'm going to stick to the water. All right, y'all. So if you see me out not eating right, tap me on the shoulder, hold me accountable. I need that. All right. So let's see what this journey can bring us. All right. All right.
Leticia also liked enjoying life. She traveled, visited nice places and did what most hardworking people did when they are less busy. She has a following on social media where she posted some certain things about herself. This could be her showing some dance moves or some funny things about her day. Leticia also talked about relationships. She tried to empower some of her followers the little way she could. She can be seen here talking about toxic situations in a relationship.
Y'all, so look, where I'm at, it's late, not really late, it's like 8:45, but I just feel the need to talk, all right? It was late on my spirit, so I want to say this. Many of you are going through something in life, I go through things too. So I'm going to help you to understand what you're going through in cases such as when you're dealing with someone that may be toxic, or maybe you've dealt with someone in the past, or you're dealing with someone now and you're not sure if they may be a narcissist or have that narcissist personality disorder.
Yes,
it could be a male or female. We could be talking about a toxic coworker, family member, friend, anything. But I'm going to help you understand what's happening.
Some people catch on quick. Some people take years to catch on.
Yeah,
but
right.
These people, these humans, have mastered a cycle. It's a cycle of manipulation, okay? You have to excuse me. I don't know how to work TikTok well, so I don't do all that editing. So if I say a wrong word, I mess up, I'm going to keep going, okay? So my disclaimer is not everything that I discuss pertains to me, but if it did, I'm not ashamed. So what? It's life. But it's a combination of people that I've spoken to over the years. I'm going to break this cycle down into parts. It's going to be about 5 different parts of the cycle. Then I'm going to come back, bring all of the parts together so you can help you to understand what this cycle means. And then the last session that I do will help you understand to deal with toxic people or maybe people who may be a narcissist, okay? And if you identify yourself in any of these steps, then you may be the toxic person. So it may not be that I'm helping you to deal with this type person. You may be the person. So
absolutely.
All right, so remember, the first step of the toxic cycle is love bombing. The second step is the gaslighting. Now, you're all in. They've love bombed you, you know. Now, this stage, the gaslighting, that's what part 2 is, gaslighting. This is when they start to manipulate you. This is when they start to make you think that you're a little crazy, okay? So they've won you in, right? They reeled you all in. You're all in. You know, when they love bomb, they have very consistent behavior. They used to text you, call you. Don't get me wrong. People get busy throughout the day, but this is very different from the love bomb stage. They're starting to make a change, you know, so you start to see things that you didn't see at first. And then you may question them a little bit. That's when they start to manipulate you and make you think that you're a little crazy. I didn't do that. You didn't see that. You really did. But since the love bomb made you fall in love, you're kind of missing some of these signs. You know, you want to believe in this person, but they're gaslighting you. They're manipulating you to make you think you're a little cuckoo. You're the problem. So you say, you know what? I got a good woman. I got a good man. Let me back off because maybe it is me. Maybe I'm just being a little paranoid. Okay.
Yep, that's
so I'm
what
gonna
happened
back
to
off.
me.
So remember, part 2, gaslighting. Then I'm gonna come back with part 3. Okay.
She never knew she would be a victim of what she was trying to advise people about. Leticia, who is a mother herself, loves her kids and was close to her kids.
Teaching my granddaughter her first TikTok.
A son who is kind of popular on social media. Leticia was in a relationship with Felito Daniel, age 50. Felito Daniel and Leticia were thought to be a very happy couple until he told everyone otherwise. She was loving and caring to him. She posted him on his birthday with the title "Happy Birthday to this special man. Wishing you one of the best ones yet." At the point, they broke up, but Daniel would not take no for an answer. Whatever sort of thing that could have happened previously in that relationship should not have warranted what happened on January 17,
Exactly,
2025.
Joanne. She sure
While
is.
Leticia was home relaxing, Daniel broke into her house for some unknown reasons and he tried to kill her. Daniel stabbed Leticia 37 times and also shot her 2 times in the face. Columbus police responded to a call from Sugar Mill Apartments. When they got there, they found Leticia shot twice and stabbed 37 times. Police also discovered Felito Daniel with zip ties around his neck and believes he had ingested antifreeze. Investigators were confused as to why Daniel had all this. Could this have been a situation where he was attacked first, but they quickly determined that these injuries were self-inflicted, as Daniel had purchased many of the items earlier that day. Miraculously, Leticia survived the ordeal after she was rushed to the hospital and she is currently recovering from her injuries. Police confirmed that Leticia did not inflict any injuries on Daniel and was fighting for her life from the moment he entered her apartment. Her son posted a couple of videos on his social media account after he found out.
Now, this ain't something that I was going to bring to TikTok, but everybody kind of know about it already. And my mama been on my page a few times. A lot of y'all know my mama. A lot of y'all follow my mama on here. A lot of y'all follow my mama and don't even know that it's my mama. But my mom was shot twice 2 days ago by her ex-boyfriend. She was shot one time in the face. She was shot in the shoulder. She was also stabbed 34 times.
My God, my God.
9 times in the heart. A lot of the stabbings were defense wounds, but she was stabbed 34 times. My mama is in stable condition. She was in stable condition the whole time. I've been going to see my mama every day. Every time I tell my mama I love her, she shake her head yes. She put her hand on her heart on the signal that she loved me too. I told her to stay strong. I told her that she's strong. She shake her head yes, very hard. My mama is strong. She gonna pull through. She gonna make it through. I just need everybody prayers. You know, I initially told everybody that my mom got stabbed 34 times and shot twice. She did get shot twice. Once in the shoulder, once in the face. The bullet went through this side and out the other. It didn't hit no teeth, no tongue, or none of that. You see what I'm saying? But she did get shot in the face. But it is a correction. She got stabbed 37 times. 37 times. She is making progress, okay? I seen my mama smile for the first time yesterday. She been talking. She's making progress. If y'all want to donate anything, don't send it to my Cash App. Send it to the GoFundMe. It's in my bio. This is the GoFundMe. Don't get scammed, y'all. This is the GoFundMe. It's in my bio. Y'all been asking for the link. This the link right here. Just click on that and anything will be appreciated. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have been wonderful to me and my family. The support that y'all been giving is amazing.
Some people were needing more information about the situation, and he was there to give it to them step by step.
Hey, what's good, y'all? I know a lot of y'all been asking about my mom. I do have an update. I have a great update. They took her off the ventilator today. So she is 100% breathing on her own again. She's in good spirits. She's recovering. She's still gaining her strength back, but trust me, y'all, like, she's good. Like, I'm so happy right now. It will be a long road to recovery, but she's aware. She's smiling. Everything is looking up.
Good evening. Welcome into Newsletter 9 at 6. I'm Jason Dennis.
And I'm Barbara Goche. Thank you so much for joining us. Our top story tonight, new details surrounding a domestic violence case where Columbus police say a man ambushed his ex-girlfriend, leaving her for dead.
Authorities say 50-year-old Felito Daniel broke into his ex-girlfriend Letitia Walton's apartment, shot her twice, and stabbed her 37 times. Newsletter 9's Dylan Seymour joins us live from our newsroom with an update.
And Dylan, you spoke to the police earlier today about this case. What else have we learned now from authorities on this investigation?
Yeah, well, Jason and Barbara, Sergeant Sherman Hayes says this was a premeditated attack. Columbus police say their evidence includes spotting the suspect, Felito Daniels, going to purchase many of the items used during the attack from a variety of stores around Columbus. On January 17th, Columbus police responded to a call from the Sugar Mill apartment complex. They would find Letitia Walton shot twice and stabbed 37 times. Police say they would find the suspect, 50-year-old Felito Daniel, with zip ties around his neck and believe he drank antifreeze. They say this would all be self-inflicted, as they have found through the investigation that the purchase of many of those items were purchased earlier that day.
Located multiple stores in Columbus, Georgia, where Mr. Daniel went to earlier before he arrived at Sugar Mill Apartments, and he bought the items that he was in possession with the day of the incident, such as the zip ties and the antifreeze. The knife that was used to stab Miss Walton.
This man needs life.
Something that he is known to
Men
carry.
like this don't never to walk the street ever again.
Sergeant Hayes says the victim, Letitia Walton, did not inflict any damage to Felito Daniels. He says she was fighting for her life the moment she stepped into her apartment. Now, Jason Barbara Daniel was in Columbus Recorder's Court yesterday, and this case is being bound over to Superior Court.
After police determined that the injuries on Daniel were self-inflicted, he was charged with aggravated assault and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. His preliminary court appearance was attended by her family members too, who had a lot to say to the court.
Eka Ferguson,
I am the sister of the victim, Letitia Walton. Through the grace of God, she is still here physically on this earth with us. But due to gruesome, life-altering injuries that she's recovering from, she's not able to be here today. As such, the family and I are here in her place, and we will continue to be here, but I'm speaking on behalf of Letitia and the family. You hear and read about these type of domestic violence situations, and you may sympathize or empathize with those involved, but it never resonates because it's not you nor your loved one. Well, this one hits home, and to some degree, we're all still in a state of shock, even Tisha. People always say after the fact, I never thought that he or she would do something like that. Well, I've always told people that I've never put anything past anyone. Some things may be highly unlikely, but they're always possible. It's truly been a nightmare from the moment that I received a call from my nephew screaming, saying that my sister had been stabbed and shot. I truly did not know if my sister was alive or not. Tisha's children are suffering horribly. Her mother, father, her brothers, sisters, aunts, cousins, everybody in the family is suffering due to this senseless act. Most importantly, Tisha is clearly suffering the most. This has affected us in more ways than anyone could ever imagine. Tisha has been affected, but we've all been affected emotionally, mentally, physically, and even financially. People say that time heals all wounds, but our wounds are still open and they have not begun to heal. Every time we think that there's a scab forming over our wounds, it's snatched off again. And even more so in recent days, because Tisha's starting to come to, and she's recounting the horrific events of what occurred to her. It's truly heartbreaking to know what my sister has been through. It truly sounds like a scene from a horror movie. We know everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and we know that Philito Daniel will have his day in court. We truly respect and trust the judicial system to the fullest. However, during the meantime, we ask that you not grant him bond because my sister is still fearing for her life. This attempt to take her life occurred on January the 17th. However, the torture began way before that time.
Yeah, these judges got to stop letting these men come home like that.
To hold him until his trial date. That at least will allow her to be at ease to some degree while she heals. Knowing that this monster would not have the opportunity to come back and finish the job that he tried to do initially.
Absolutely.
During the course of this relationship, this man told Letitia and others that she saved his life. So it's disheartening to know that the person who supposedly saved his life is now the person whose life he tried to take so violently. Phil did not face Letitia as a man, but instead waited in her house, unsuspecting in the darkness and ready to ambush her to take her life. But unbeknownst to him, she had the willpower, the resilience, the tenacity, the love of life, the love of her family, the support of friends, and everything else in her to say that this is not over. After my sister was shot twice and stabbed over 30 times, she without a doubt had to put up for the fight of her life. Letitia wants everyone to know that Phil did not dim her light, nor did he dim her shine. With every breath that she's taken, she's glowing more and more by the day. We hope that Letitia's situation and condition, as well as what we're saying on her behalf, is taken into consideration when making any rulings today, specifically about his bond. Please keep in mind that Philito Daniel chose this situation. However, this situation was chosen for Letitia, and that is not fair to her. Lastly, I consulted with Letitia before coming here, and she wanted me to say something specifically. Philito was not the only one involved in this. His family enabled him. Specifically, Kiki, you played a role in this situation. You should be leading by example. You have grandkids. You're the matriarch of this family, and you're too old. It's time for you to put the bottle down and be the person that you should be.
Leticia's family has posted a GoFundMe for anyone who is willing to help. Leticia's son went ahead to post a video showing that she had been taken out of the ICU, but she is still expected to go through more surgeries. Our prayers are with the friends and families of Leticia Walton. We wish her a speedy recovery. What a
Yes.
miraculous story this is. We are happy to see that this beautiful lady managed to pull out of this, and we hope her the very best. What could make a man who loves a lady to stab her 37 times? There should not be any reason whatsoever, but we will see what you guys think in the comments. We do hope Daniel is prosecuted accordingly. We once again wish Ms. Walton and her family the best. Please stay safe out there, and we shall see you guys in the next video.
He was so beautiful, y'all, full of life. He need life in prison. And see, you know what, too, y'all? The judges got to stop giving these men like this parole. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve no bail. Because you know what? When you get them bail, you just tell them, well, they go back out there and commit another crime. Because 9 times out of 10, that's what they're going to do anyway. That's what they're going to do anyway. Some of these men go to jail and come home, they are institutionalized. Okay? They need mental help. They have been in jail so long, they are institutionalized. A lot of these guys. So, I mean, I don't understand if you're not dating a guy before he goes to jail. I would not date a guy in jail. You don't know anything about him. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not meeting no guy in jail. I'm not dating no guy in jail. You hear what that guy said, right? And a lot of things these people say, I had already told y'all. But whoever was them, everybody was in my chat yesterday. You heard the guy that working in prison. He said out his own mouth, 99% of those men in prison are narcissists. They are mass manipulators. Then you can't hear it no better than that. Okay? You got a guy that worked in the prison that said that. And I had already had said it before he said it. Yeah. You know? So, you can't hear it no better than that. So I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to jump on up off here. So let's see. And these be some beautiful women. Jesus Christ. I ain't want to do no kids. I needed a break from that, y'all, because they get me emotional sometimes. So I took a break from the kids one day. I said, let me just do some other ones. Let's see here. All these people want to cheat on each other. It's not even worth it. Just give it up, the relationship. Because all that cheating on each other and all of that stuff, it don't make no sense. All right, here's another one.
I should have killed you, and I'm glad I stabbed you.
The document writer basically says they were getting to physical altercations on a regular because he would never give her his phone, and she wanted the phone because she thought that he was talking to the girls. Boom. So one night she asked for the phone again. He didn't give her the phone, so she picked up a knife and she began to.
Long story short, he beat my bestie ass, and my bestie stabbed him, and he died.
This is the story of a 19-year-old Tadarius Massey and his jealous 18-year-old girlfriend, Zoe Cooper, that ended up in a terrible tragedy. Tadarius was stabbed to death right in his heart by Zoe after he refused her access to his phone because she thought he was cheating on her. She stabbed him and dumped him in the hospital without much remorse. He was later declared dead not too long after he arrived at the hospital. His death was as a result of the stabbing to his heart. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. The incident occurred in August 2024 at Cooper's home on Florence Vista Boulevard in West Orange County. Tadarius Massey was a young man who had just finished high school and was ready for college when this incident happened. He was said to be a good young man but also said to be a young man with some questionable characters. Tadarius had been arrested previously on charges of possession of substance, concealed firearm carry and also possession of paraphernalia. Tadarius was in a relationship with a young lady named Zoe Cooper, age 18. She was just on her journey to Texas Southern University before the tragic incident. Their relationship was considered as being a toxic one. Zoe was said to be really abusive towards Tadarius. She would hit him and sometimes go stalk him at his place of work. On August 14, 2024, there was a dispute between Zoe and Tadarius over accusations of infidelity. Zoe asked for access to Tadarius's phone, in which he refused. The altercation escalated into a physical fight at Zoe's residence, during which both parties exchanged blows. Zoe picked up a knife which Tadarius previously held during the argument. She got so upset that she stabbed him multiple times in the shoulder, but the deadly one was in his heart. After doing what she did, she became frantic and then started shouting, "I didn't mean to do it." Zoe then drove Tadarius and the witnesses to the hospital before leaving the scene. She didn't get out of her car, nor did she bother to know what happened to him after she dropped him. Unfortunately, Tadarius succumbed to his injuries at the hospital before authorities arrived to arrest Zoe. Zoe spoke of her regret over Tadarius's death in an Instagram reel on August 15th. "If I could take it back or trade place in a heartbeat, I would," she said, alongside a photo of the former couple. She further said, "I love you always. I'm truly sorry for what I did. It wasn't supposed to be this way." Investigators uncovered a troubling history of violence in the couple's relationship. Her friends were quick to her defense.
So, long story short, he beat my bestie ass and my bestie stabbed him and he died. Cool. He died. Now they're trying to make beef.
Girl,
How are
you
y'all
crazy?
making beef when y'all literally came and picked, like y'all literally helped her drag this man out of her house and took him to the hospital? If this girl wanted, if my best friend wanted this man to be die, she would have.
No, you're crazy.
And
like
let him
your
bleed
friend.
out. She didn't do that. The fuck, like he wasn't even supposed to get stabbed right there. That's him wanting to be motherfucking Boosie Badass and got Boosie Badass dealt with. The fuck, and then they're trying to sit up here and make beef.
Girl,
Bitch,
you
we cannot
heartless.
beef with y'all. Y'all have no fire. Y'all have a big homie. Like, be real. Y'all got jumped at a hotel to get in a game. What the fuck is a brim? Be real. Then they got this hoe.
Girl, you
This
is
first of all, bitch,
reckless.
you went to his candlelight
Good
and this
bread.
nigga had you blocked. Like, you're delusional as fuck. Then you got this pregnant ass hoe Daviana. Like, this hoe just keep yapping her motherfucking gums, bitch.
Tadarius's autopsy revealed additional stab wounds, strangulation marks, and slashing injuries. Zoe had previously attacked Tadarius over his cell phone at Ocoee High School in December 2023. She had also allegedly sent texts threatening to stab Tadarius to death in the past and expressed regret for not killing him previously.
Oh,
According
he
to
should
the
have left her a
arrest
long time
report,
ago then.
in March, Zoe had texted Tadarius saying, "And I'ma spit in yo grave. I wish you would have died that day. Seriously, I hope you die a very painful death." The manager of the Subway restaurant where Tadarius worked said he would come in looking like he had been beaten up and would confide that Cooper had attacked him, according to authorities. Zoe would also allegedly
So it
watch
sounds
her
like,
boyfriend
y'all,
at
this
work.
man was
An
not a
autopsy
woman beater.
report showed Tadarius had 2 old healed stab wounds near his left shoulder and a new stab
she
mark
said
from the
very
August
angry,
14th
auntie.
incident that struck the bone.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office says in August, an argument broke out between Massey and Cooper at her Florence Vista Boulevard home in West Orange County. Investigators say Cooper was upset that Massey would not give her access to his phone. The arrest report says things got physical and Massey was stabbed multiple times. Detectives say she drove him to Health Central Hospital in Ocoee, but she didn't get out of the car. The victim's friends took him to the hospital. Cooper drove back home. The arrest report showed the next day she posted a picture of the two of them and said, "If I could take it back or trade place in a heartbeat, I would. I love you always. I'm truly sorry for what I did. It
Oh, girl,
wasn't
you was a demon.
supposed to
You're
be
not
this
sorry.
way." An autopsy report revealed Tadarius Massey had 2 old healed stab wounds located on or near Massey's left shoulder. There was a new stab mark near the left shoulder from the incident on August 14th that struck the bone. Another stab wound struck Massey's heart. Detectives spoke with the victim's manager at Subway, and she said Massey would come into work looking beat up, and he told her about incidents where Cooper attacked him. The manager said Cooper would come into Subway and just watch Massey work, and the two would not speak. Orange County investigators say there was also another incident at Ocoee High School in December of 2023 where Cooper attacked Massey for not allowing her to look at his phone. Detectives also said there were messages on both cell phones, which showed Cooper threatening to kill Massey by stabbing him and regretting not killing Massey when she stabbed him previously. The arrest report said in March, Cooper tells Massey, "And I'ma spit in your grave." and I wish you would have died that day several times. Seriously, I hope you die a very painful death. Tadarius Massey was pronounced dead at the hospital. His family is heartbroken.
Zoe faces second-degree murder charges in the death of 19-year-old Tadarius Massey, according to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Zoe was arrested on November 15th at Texas Southern University in Houston, where she was enrolled as a student.
Now let's get to a developing story. A Texas Southern University student is accused of stabbing her boyfriend to death. The killing apparently happened back in August in the Orlando area, but she was recently arrested right here in Houston. Michelle Choi joins us now from the newsroom. Michelle, TSU police made the arrest.
They did, Mia. According to TSU officials, they arrested her on Friday at their off-campus residence within 24 hours after Florida authorities contacted them. This evening, there's still a lot of questions surrounding this case, including why it took several months for authorities to take Cooper into custody, as well as when and if she'll be extradited back to Florida.
This is 18-year-old Zoe Cooper in probable cause court shortly after she was arrested by TSU police. According to Florida's Orange County Sheriff's Office, she's been wanted for months, charged with second-degree murder, accused of stabbing her boyfriend, 19-year-old Tadarius Massey, to death back on August 14th. These are photos of him from his high school graduation, including here with his mom. According to the arrest warrant affidavit, Massey was staying with Cooper at her home in Orlando when the two got into a physical altercation after Massey wouldn't let her see his phone. Court docs allege after striking one another, Cooper armed herself with a knife and at some point stabbed Massey. She later drove him to the hospital and left without getting out. Investigators say Massey died before deputies arrived. The next day, according to court docs, Cooper posted a picture of the two on social media, saying in part, "If I could take it back or trade place in a heartbeat, I would. I love you always. I'm truly sorry for what I did. It wasn't supposed to be this way." According to the affidavit, the autopsy revealed Massey was stabbed in the heart as well as his left shoulder. It also alleges a history of abuse. Investigators say they learned Cooper allegedly attacked Massey at school last December for again not letting her see his phone and accusing him of talking to other girls. They also found numerous threatening text messages she sent him where she allegedly said things like, "I should have killed you and I'm glad I stabbed you." According to the Harris County DA's office, Cooper was released from jail Wednesday, just days after being arrested. It's still unclear why, but according to court docs, it reads, "Demanding jurisdiction, released hold, will not extradite."
Yeah, we've reached out to the Orange County Sheriff's Office asking for clarification, but they've referred us to the Florida State Attorney's Office for details about the extradition.
Despite the severity of the charges, she was released on November 20th after court documents indicated that Orange County authorities rescinded their extradition request. The reasons for this decision remain unclear. People online had a lot to say about the whole incident.
Y'all heard about that girl who unalived her boyfriend, posted after the incident, and then basically was on the run for months until the police found her? They literally both had just graduated high school. They was going fresh to college. One was 18, one was 19. I don't know, who was older or whatever. But baby, this should be getting crazier and crazier. The document write-up basically says they were getting to physical altercations on a regular because he would never give her his phone, and she wanted the phone because she thought that he was talking to the girls. Boom. So one night she asked for the phone again. He didn't give her the phone. So she picked up a knife and she began to all over his body and ended up striking him in his heart. This girl put that man in the car, took him to the hospital, dropped him off there, and then proceeded to post about it. Unfortunately, at the hospital, he passed away. In her post, she stated, "It was never supposed to be like this. I love you. I'm so sorry. I should have never have done that." Bitch, is you telling on yourself? The fuck? Then proceeded to do her daily activities knowing that the police was looking for her. And then the article I seen, it said that when they found her, they released her. Like, I know I can't be the only one that's confused. Please, if you have more information about this, let me the fuck know, because, bitch, I've been tuned in since I heard about this shit.
The case has drawn attention to issues of domestic violence among young couples, raising questions about the dynamics of toxic relationships and the adequacy of institutional support for abuse victims. Zoe's release and the decision not to extradite have also prompted criticism regarding the handling of serious charges across state lines. He was laid to rest by his friends and families. We hope Tadarius receives the justice he deserves soon. Our sincere condolences to the friends and family of Tadarius. May his gentle soul continue to rest in peace. Please stay safe out there, and we shall see you guys in the next video.
And see, this is my thing, y'all. I keep saying this. How are these judges letting these goddamn Lord, excuse me, Lord. I didn't mean to say that, but why is these just why? Like, why does they keep getting bail to come home? I don't get it. Like, you just committed the craziest crime in the world, and you get to come home. That's the craziest part. Wow. That is the craziest part. I don't get it. And I keep saying this, you know, and that's why these criminals keep doing, you know, the evil and malicious things again, because they get away with it. They get away with it. They know they can do it again. They can do a crime, you know, and then they can just come on home and act like nothing is done, you know? Exactly, Angie. Exactly. Like that's just ridiculous. This don't make no sense to me. Like, I'm just trying to understand it. Like, what is going on here with this justice system? It's like, what? What is y'all doing here? It's sad, y'all, but you know, what can we do about it? It's nothing we can do about it. She needs to be in jail. Exactly. And they got all the evidence of what she said about the guy and, you know, and all that stuff. Like, y'all got the evidence on this crazy girl. Just delusional girl. Wow. Sad situation, y'all. Just a sad situation. Yeah, very sad situation. You know, it is. You know, and women can be just as evil and vindictive as men is, you know. It ain't only men, women suffering domestic violence. Men are doing it too. Look what she just did to him. Look what the previous video I did before this one with the girl set the baby father up. You know? So guys got to understand too, when y'all see red flags, leave too. Don't stay there. Leave. This goes for men and women. When you see things ain't right and you try to reconcile a relationship and maybe you done did it 2 times, don't try the 3rd time. It ain't meant to be. It's just not meant to be. Y'all are not compatible for each other. Just try to, you know, do the best you can, you know, and try to leave there safely, you know, because sometimes God don't want us to keep working things out. You know, God said, leave it in his hands, you know, and he'll work it out. And you know, God ain't said be no fool neither. Okay. God want all of us to be in relationships, to be married, to have the right woman, the right man. But on the outside of that, God ain't said don't be no fool neither. Don't sit there and let someone keep harming you, abusing you. You know what I'm saying? Just try to do the best you can to get out of that relationship. And sometimes it do become hard and difficult when it's kids involved. And sometimes things can get real ugly and nasty when it's kids involved, especially when you are married and you're going for a divorce and it's kids involved and, you know, it's businesses involved in it. You know, things can get really nasty until sometimes it can lead into someone getting unalived, you know, and sometimes, y'all, it's easier said than done. I want to say that it really is. It is. It's easier said than done. You know. Sometimes I don't know, y'all. It get hard to talk about sometimes because it seems like this is going on every day in this world. It's happening every day. you know. And then sometimes, you know, you can tell your daughter what you see that she might not see. And she's so in love with this guy, you know, she'll rebel from you. And such as your son, they could rebel from you. Okay, mommy, this is my relationship, blah, 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 blah. Then they want to stop talking to their parents because they think we're going against them and we just don't want them with the person. But it's not that. It's not that. Because sometimes you can be so close to a person, even a friend, until you see the wrongdoing in them, right? And it's just like, let me give y'all an example, right? Today, my daughter called me this morning, right? So my daughter been telling me about her friend. And it got so bad until my daughter had to move away from her, meaning stop dealing with her, texting, calling, going to her house, all that. Because my daughter seen what was this relationship leading to, okay? And my daughter tried to talk to her. She did not want my daughter advice. So I told my daughter to back off because I'm not going to let anybody hurt my daughter. So my daughter seen this before it was coming. And why I say that, because of the stories I'm sharing with y'all. She met this guy in jail. She didn't know anything about this guy. Nothing. So my daughter was giving her the heads up and trying to tell her things like, you know, you shouldn't let him move in with you when he come home. You have a child. You don't know him, blah, 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 blah. The girlfriend got too deep involved. My daughter was sharing stuff with me every single day. The guy had her going to his baby mother's house, trying to pick up the children. That was none of her fucking business. Okay? You don't even know this woman. So go to this woman's house to pick up this woman, kids. Or to buy this woman kids clothes and shoes because she told you she don't take care of those kids. How did you know that? You only was going by this narcissist's words. Okay? She started buying him stuff in jail, putting money on his phone. This is what my daughter was telling me. So my daughter said she backed off. She said, Mommy, only time I text her is when she texts me. Hold on, y'all. My daughter texting me now. Hold on, let me text her back and tell them on live. Hold on. So I told my daughter, I said, just back off, you know, and stuff. But be there for her if she needs you for a conversation. But don't ask her anything. Let her bring it to you. And I also told my daughter, stop going to her house when this man came home from jail. Because I did not trust my daughter in the house with this guy. Okay? Because she didn't know this guy's background. And my daughter damn sure didn't know it. So I was not going to get my daughter hemmed up in that house with this psychopath. Okay? So I told my daughter, stop going there and stop taking the kids there. Don't go there anymore. So my daughter said, okay. So, right, when he came out of jail, she bought him a phone, got the phone turned on, took him shopping, everything, right? She rented him a car, right? She rented him a car. For 2 weeks, she rented him a car. He stayed gone with the car, y'all, for the whole 2 weeks that she rented the car. Right? That was a red flag. Girl, he was cheating on you. Okay? He used you for the car. Right? She called him one day and said, listen, bring the car back tomorrow. The car has to be turned in. He said, fuck you, bitch. I ain't bringing shit back until 10 o'clock at night when it's time to turn the bitch back in. Baby, when my daughter told me that shit, I said, don't you take your mother effing ass back. Ever. He started telling her to suck his penis in front of her daughter everything. She did not know who this man was, y'all. She didn't know this man, y'all. This man was crazy. He's starting to beat her. Everything. So let me tell you. The rental people took $4,000 out of her account for that car. Yeah. For that car. So, the uncle of him, his family, told her, put him out and don't take him back. And she took him back again. And guess what, y'all? She rented him another 2024 truck, y'all. And guess what happened? He wrecked the truck the other day. And said, bitch, fuck you. I ain't paying for shit. Called her all kind of names. My daughter calling me, telling me all of this. The rental people now is pursuing to take her to court. And they say it's going to be about $20,000 for that car. And y'all, guess what? She now is pregnant by this man. So this is the shit that goes on in real life. Now, I had to protect my daughter and my goddamn grandkid because I told my daughter, don't you go to fuck over there no more and take none of them goddamn kids. Don't go over there no more. Okay? Because now she know right from wrong. She rented him a car the first time. She turned around and did it the second time. Okay? I said, be there for her if she needs you to talk to her on the phone. But do not make yourself presence in her home. I didn't feel safe of my daughter or my grandkids going there any longer. Now, my daughter called me this morning and told me that she called the police on him yesterday morning because he wouldn't get out. Bitch, I ain't going nowhere. You want me out, you put me out. I ain't going nowhere. This is my house too. What? What? What house? So the cops told him, you can come back for the rest of your stuff, but you have to come back with law enforcement because you can't come back to her house. Now, my daughter told me that she believes she's going to take him back. I told my daughter, stay the fuck away because he's violent. And I don't want you to be there at any given time and an argument slip up and you got those kids there. And you have to scream for your life getting out the house with those kids. So you stay away. And she has to understand that. So she texted my daughter this morning while I was on the phone. And she said she's stressed out. She don't know what to do. She worked hard for her money. But baby, I understand that. And she also told my daughter that he worse than a baby father because she got a daughter the same age. Her and my daughter was pregnant together. They've been friends for quite some time. Her daughter is 12 and my daughter is 12. They was pregnant at the same time. They've been friends for a long time. But I have to make sure my daughter protect herself. So, oh my God, wow. And she is pregnant, yes. Are you serious, D? I'm serious, a heart attack. The red flags was already there, honey. It was there. Because she already had told my daughter, like sometimes he called me, you know, I feel like he inconsiderate sometimes of what I'm doing and when I'm working. That this was when he was in jail. So if you felt that way, that was one red flag right there. And then another red flag, he dogged out his baby moms to you and you helped them talk about them. And then the next thing is the man is still married and the wife got a lifetime restraining order out on him. He could never come around her and the kids no more. Come on. This man is violent. Now, I'm knowing all this stuff through my daughter because she don't know my daughter telling me all this stuff. And goddamn, I'm glad my daughter told me because goddamn, I'm going to look out. I told my daughter, don't you go to hell back there no goddamn more, okay? Do what you goddamn sister. You have got to be serious. I'm serious as a heart attack. Yeah, I'm serious. She met this man through another guy that knew him. And she didn't know anything about this guy. Anything. He came into her life to tear her down. She was doing great. She worked from home, y'all, made good money. She only got one child. I told my daughter to tell him she need to get a restraining order on him. Her mom doesn't live here. Her mom moved away a couple of years ago. Her mom moved away. Her mom got married and moved away. And the sister, one of the sisters. Now the brother, her brother was living with her, right? But the brother told my daughter, because the brother was waiting for his apartment, right? He had signed up for a nice apartment and it was taking him a little while to get it because they do, credit check, all this shit, background check, all this shit. But he finally got the apartment. But he told my daughter, when he seen my daughter, he said, thank God. The brother moved out 3 days before the man came out of jail. And the brother told my daughter, thank God, because I did not want to be around that and involved in that. Because if he do something to my sister, I'm going to jump in, get involved in it. And I don't want to lose my job. And I have a daughter. So thank God everything worked out for its best. That he moved on into his own place. And he is right. Because if he seen this man doing these things to his sister, the brother would have been in jail to protect the sister. And then the sister may have been back with the man. So I understand what the brother is saying. I understand the brother. And now they all live in the same complex. My two of my daughters, all three of them did, but one of my daughters been moved away. She moved out. She still lives here, but she moved out. So it's two more of my daughters that live there. The friend of my daughters live there, and the brother got an apartment in the complex also. But he have his own apartment now. But he said he glad that he moved out because he did not want to be there in the mix of the confusion. And the brother said he knew it was not going to be right because she met the man in jail and didn't know the man. Then this is what the brother has been telling my daughter. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy, y'all. And I feel bad for y'all. I do. I feel bad, but in the mix of that, y'all, I can't involve my daughter. And that is my daughter friend, but I can't have my daughter be going there, and like they used to babysit for each other. My daughter would babysit her daughter. She would watch my two grandkids, and she always was a nice girl. But I can't have my daughter send those kids over there in the mix of that. No. So I stopped everything, which my daughter would do it anyway. But I just, redirect that shit. Like, no. So my daughter said she have not been in her house because the man been there since January. So my daughter have not been in her house since the end of December. My daughter have not been there. But every now and then, my daughter would text her, and she wouldn't even text my daughter back because she was with the guy. But it's like when she go through things with the guy, she don't have nobody. She'll text my daughter, and I told my daughter still talk to her, but just don't involve yourself in it. I said because this man's a very violent man. And number two, why the fuck you want him? He's married. If his own wife don't want him, why do you want it? I'm just trying to understand it. The wife got a restraining order out on him for life. He can never be around his twins. He have twins. He can never be around his twins of the wife. So why would you want him? Okay, maybe what you should have did, is got in contact with the wife and see why the other wife didn't want him. Okay, and maybe it'll bring some light to his behavior on your behalf, and maybe you'd have ran before he got out of jail. That's what you should have did. Instead of trying to be too involved, because you got too involved and didn't know this guy at all. And then the other baby mother, you dogged her out with him, and you didn't know this lady. Oh, she's a bad mother. She's this, she's that. He had you go over there and take the baby's shoes and stuff and clothes and stuff. That was a manipulation tactic, okay? Because you did not know this lady. You didn't know what this lady was capable of doing for her child. You went along with what he said. And now look what he's doing to you. Those two baby mamas got reasons why they don't want him. Okay? You rented him 2 cars and he wrecked them both. Both. You just paid $4,000 for the first one. Now you agree to go to court for a $20,000 one. Girl. Yeah, you have to look right for your daughter. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I told my daughter, no way. Yes, thank you, God, for the brother that moved out safely. Yes, girl. Yes, honey. Let me tell you. Because he was buying his stuff for his apartment, putting it up. My daughter had called me and said, Mom, he bought 2 big screen TVs for him and his daughter. He went to look at furniture. So he was preparing himself. But only thing about it, he was praying and praying and praying, because my daughter was telling me stuff, that he got that apartment before that man come home, because he wouldn't have had nowhere to go but a hotel. And he didn't want to spend all his money he had saved for a hotel. And God was good. Right on time, he got that apartment. Yep. He got that apartment. Because ain't no telling. He probably would have been fighting that man every day and end up in jail for his sister. And the sister probably would have went right back to that man. Or somebody could have got unalived. Wow, unbelievable. And he is married? Yes. I ain't lying to you, Brittany. Now listen, my daughter tells me this story, okay? She's been telling me this story the beginning of the year. Well, no, she's been telling me this story last year, because that's when she met him last year in jail. So my daughter was telling me little stuff since last year, up until she called the police on him yesterday and got him put out the apartment. She must like it. Ooh, she sure do, Brittany. I shared that story with y'all because of the stories that I do be sharing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these women don't know these guys getting out of jail. You don't know their background. You don't know their histories. And then he lied and said, okay, yeah, when I come home, I'm going to get a job. We're going to take trips. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. He blew smoke up her ass like narcissist does. You know what they do. Y'all know what they do. They blow smoke up your ass. And some women is vulnerable and they go for it. So, yeah, that was the story. So I love you guys. You guys have a blessed weekend. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all one day next week. Miss E, how you doing? How you doing? Everybody have a blessed weekend. Thank y'all so much for timing in. Thank y'all for the coffees. I appreciate y'all. Everybody that gave me a coffee today. I love you guys. Thank you guys so, so much. I will definitely see you guys next week. Probably Monday or Tuesday. I'll see. I'm going to take my whole weekend, relax, look up some stories for next week. Miss D, thanks for sharing. I enjoy. Thank you, Crystal. Anytime, baby. I enjoy y'all too. Everybody come through with me and rock out with me when I be doing my little stories. I love y'all too. Don't y'all think I don't. I love y'all. I love y'all. Each and every last one of y'all. I really do. I love y'all. And I like how y'all, put your input on what y'all think about the story in the comments. I love the engagement. I love all of it. I do. So I love you guys. Thank you guys. You guys have a blessed weekend. It's supposed to be 76 here tomorrow. So I'll probably set out, get me some fresh air tomorrow. And I think it's supposed to be nice Sunday too. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for the weekend. So thank y'all for timing in. I love you guys. Thank you, everybody. Everybody have a safe weekend. Y'all be blessed. Always remember to keep God first and always stay prayed up. And I will see you guys next week. Peace and love.